Welcome back to the faded tapestry. Let's look into the folds. After resting from their 3-day venture from helping Belmore, the party decided to attend the Martyrs' Fest. There they enjoyed the talented bards, artists, and cooks as they sat and ate their fill, all for free, and had the most delicious delicacy, smoked candied salmon. But unfortunately, on the second day of the fest, a monster attacked, the one that attacked Belmore, and the town fled in fright. Instead of fleeing to the docks, the party fled to the abandoned mines, where they thought they'd be safe from the massive beast, as it lit aflame the town and ate the people. They wandered through the cave system, opening up into a deep cavern where they found out they were still not safe from this beast's fury. They kept going past the areas where rock had fallen and dirt covered their hair and their clothing, and finally came upon the ancient, felled cavern that had done damage to miners previously and was the reason that the mine was shut down. With the help of Sabella, the party managed to wrestle some rocks free enough for them to crawl through into the dark cave. They saw a magical glow. There, the party member Phelan found a necklace with several gem-faceted rhombi, where each party member took one and was attuned, and they gained their class powers. And there we left off with the party alone, afraid, and in the dark, while the beast above attacked the town.
The cave is still collapsing, right?
You notice it is not collapsing anymore. We're gonna end that abruptly. Very abruptly, even.
Get that out of here.
Get that shit out of here.
We've only explored like a third of the cave, right? This huge cavern.
Correct.
Should we keep moving forward? I cannot do that.
Can I listen and see if I can hear, like, anything going on out there? If I still hear screams or little scuttering of the book?
Roll me perception at disadvantage. I told
Oh.
you to have negative inspiration.
No.
Ha!
Not bad for disadvantage.
You notice that you do not feel the thumping, but any other sounds don't seem to be able to permeate the can't speak right now. It doesn't seem to be able to permeate the whole amount of rock that is above you. You're quite deep in the earth at this point.
Okay.
I don't remember. Do we have torches? Or...
No, we've
didn't
got
bring
the
anything.
gems that does a candle worth of light.
Yeah, but they're no
You
longer...
can see in the dark.
They work as a candle. They have, if you're not familiar, the candle has, I think it's a 5-foot diameter. Is it diameter or radius?
5 foot
Pretty
dim,
much just-
5 foot bright, I think, something like that.
Okay, so 5 foot. Let's see. I'll just look up candle.
I believe
look, it's actually
5 foot,
there.
Right.
Range 5'10". Ah,
Yeah,
I'm not
five
sure why I
5
can't-
foot of the light is bright, and then a further 5 foot beyond that is dim.
so you can just kind of barely make your way out. You manage not to, basically enough for you don't trip and break your neck. If that was a concern. If it wasn't, it probably is now.
Is your
Oh.
father Jack up yet, or?
You look over, you see the old man is still unconscious.
Does anybody have any water to splash on him?
I don't think that will help. He's just been in a fire, so...
You can see that his clothing is ragged, and there are several burned areas. as well as some cuts.
I can carry him the whole way through if we want. It's the best way to go.
What about Sabella? Is there anything you can do for him?
Oh, might. You see here, out of her satchel, you didn't see it before as it was covered up by her silk cloak. It's very fancy. She pulls out a small leather pack, and from there you can see that she pulls out a few vials of seems like herbs, and you see her mix up a few in a mortar and pestle, and mix the crushed herbs in a small vial of water, and administer the mixed herbs and water to the old man. And she says, "It's about all I can do. Hopefully you should wake in only a few minutes."
Should we just wait here? Should we try and leave?
Can he stand on his own once he wakes, or?
He can't stand at all.
He can't stand
Hence the wheelchair, Mr. Theodore.
There's no wheelchair.
There is no wheelchair. I did not know
broken.
this.
It's broken. His cane was broken in half. And
Yeah, I know,
his
but
wheel
I'm talking like, hence why he was in a wheel, not that he has one on him now, is what I meant.
I don't think he was ever in a wheelchair, but okay.
What, he...
I thought he was in a wheelchair.
First-
He had a cane.
What, he
How
had a
is a
wheelchair?
wheelchair?
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit,
don't you
I don't
remember
think I've
you
ever
said
been
something?
I asked Calliope to borrow the schematics for it, because you told us about the wheelchair.
Yeah, there was a wheelchair. Finn, get your baby.
There was a wheelchair? Oh my god. I
Wait.
could have sworn it must have been a joke. I do not remember ever saying wheelchair in my entire
Lydia,
life.
does he have a wheelchair?
I mean, he can't walk, so I would guess so.
If you want him to have a wheelchair, he'll have a wheelchair. We'll retcon the fact that he had a broken in half cane, and instead you'll
But
find
he can have a cane
uh,
and a wheelchair.
Well, I mean, they're kind of redundant.
Not really.
Not really.
I'd
Depending
say
on
that-
how you're feeling that day, you can use one or the other.
Yeah, you can use the cane to get from the chair to the bed, for example.
We'll
Yeah, I
say
can-
that since he was by the bar, and he was using the cane and the bar as leverage to stand.
Wait, is this dude like all upper body?
Probably.
Like-
I know a guy that's all upper body because his legs are not quite functioning. He can't stand by himself, but he can still walk with crutches.
With his hands. Oh.
And dude, I've seen that guy rip with this like a pretty dull handsaw. I've seen him rip through some pretty strong metal piping. So, I imagine that's probably how your father is. Pretty strong
Shit,
upper body,
Should've
legs
not
not quite as
skipped
much.
Skipping leg day really affected him.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
well, I mean, he has no legs to skip with. Can't walk or skip.
Anyways, we must have someone to carry him, and I'll do that myself if you don't mind.
You see Sabella put a hand on you, and she says, "I think that Calliope here can carry him just fine, dear.
Shouldn't
She
trust
ca-
these.
she
Think
carried-
if he's gonna drop him.
She carried him in. I'm sure she can carry him out. And after all, she is his daughter."
Very well. Shall we keep moving?
Moving where, though? Aerolie's question stands. Should we go further into this cavern? Maybe wait it out? The thing, it could still be out there.
There must be a way out of this cavern. It is
It's
truly
out where
up-
we want to go.
It is truly up to you if whether we go back the way we came or we push forward and find another exit, possibly further away from whatever this thing is.
Well, do you know where this thing leads?
Not a clue. The original cave-in that we passed through is the one that took me down with it. I've never been this far. So if there is another exit, I suggest we stay clear of that. The thing that attacked Belmore and then left. Once it's finished attacking Wolfwater, then perhaps we would be safe to rebuild.
I don't think. Wait a second. Hang on. Earlier in the game, when I rolled that like natural 20 something to figure out what that thing was, and you said that they were from caves or mountains. You said they're from mountains, right?
Mountains.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna come over here. So if we stay here, we could be safe. It might be the safest place for us right now.
Well, if that is what you wish, then we should stay here.
At least until he's up.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay.
What is everyone's opinion on it? Stay or go?
I have no problems waiting for the man to come conscious again, and then we should explain to him what happened and then start moving, or explain to him what happened and then just sit here, wait a couple of hours, have a sleep, even if we can, if we can sleep, especially with all the shit that went down. But after that point, we still
cover Airly's ears as he swears.
I don't actually say this in game. Hello.
Well, I thought you were talking in game.
I thought you were talking game.
Oh, you're
shit.
using your voice.
I was being very lazy. Instead of speaking in my actual roleplay voice, I just wanted to cut the corner. I'm sorry.
You're either speaking in character or you're speaking
Ruin
in
my
character.
verse. Okay, okay, I will go back to speaking as Theo. Either we can stay here for a couple of hours and wait this out, or we can go once he comes conscious. That is completely up to all of us, really.
I vote we stay.
For the night or until he becomes conscious.
Well, we'll see once he becomes conscious. We'll do another vote with his taken into account.
Alright. Calliope, your opinion on this?
I don't think we should really jostle him around after what he's just been through. So I vote we stay here, at least for now.
Alright. I'll begin.
That's a majority, so...
I'll begin having a short rest, I guess.
What does everyone's thing have on it? Mine has a mask and a dagger.
Oh.
Mine has this form.
So if you're ever wondering if you ever written down what it looks like, I basically ripped it straight from the little. Every class in the 5e handbook has a little symbol on the first page of their class, and like for librarian, it's a double-bladed axe. Bard, I don't know if it has. Yeah, it's just I think it's what is that? A fiddle?
It's a lute, I think.
A lute. Cleric has a staff. Druid has a sickle with some leaves on it. Fighter has a shield and swords and stuff. So yeah.
Mine has a bear paw and swords.
Yeah, so I will just take my short rest. I mean, if everyone's probably taking a short rest at this point, right?
Well, you didn't answer his question.
What question?
That was his reply. He's gonna have a short rest.
Well, I just
It's like what's on your symbol? Fuck you.
It's the blue. It's the blue. I just remember it as like a gem with a blue fist on it. I have it written down as a gem with a blue fist. That's it.
Okay.
I didn't put any details on it.
What do you all think they all mean?
I don't know. I feel more powerful though. I don't think it was a bad thing. I think it just like Sabella said, it gave us a blessing. Do you feel any different?
I felt pretty different after the thing ravaged through the carnival. I can admit that.
Yeah. Well, we just have to think about getting through this for right now.
Would you like to come have a look around the rest of the cave early, see if we can't find something?
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Sabella, would you like to join us?
Oh, I think I'd
We need
prefer
the
to,
muscle.
I think I'd prefer to stay here and look after Jack.
Shit, we really could have used you. Alright, we're gonna sort of scout out the other 2/3 of this big cavern.
I'm gonna stay holding his hand. As I
Does
can
this
see a little bit
technically
with this,
count
but
as
not
splitting the
enough.
party?
Well, we're a party and
Let's
it's split.
split the party.
Knights of
Okay,
the
you're
Round
wrong.
Table.
What could possibly?
We're all in the same room. It's not like we've really split up.
Just a really long room.
Technically.
I'm gonna hold out the my rhombus for
Okay.
light and hold his hand with the other hand.
Okay.
do I-
Finland, you can see just as normal because you're an elf with the dark vision. As you explore the cave, you notice quite plainly nothing. There's nothing else in the cave other than this man's body, or woman's, you're not sure. This skeleton within ragged clothing up against the back wall.
So we don't find another entrance or exit, as Theodore suggested
None.
there might be. Okay,
No?
that's good.
Do I see any animal markings on the floor? Like animal markings on the floor. Like any creature's been through here at all?
Roll me. I think it's survival.
Let's open that. Hey!
Other than the marks of mice and other insects, specifically around the body, you can see that the marks of insects long gone, crawled all over. But generally speaking, there's just been some various wildlife, nothing unnatural.
Can I see, by looking at the body, any hint of how it died?
Roll me medicine. Wish.
Oh, this isn't gonna go good. Hey, it's not that bad.
Never know.
Hey!
You poke around in the bones a bit, and you notice that the bones seem to lack a certain density, and that this person may have died of starvation or thirst.
Whew. Can I tell how long it's been dead?
You're not super sure, but it seems to have been in the last 80 to 100 years.
Do I know how long ago Fainland's trip in here was?
It's completely up to Fainland, if he has told you.
Do I?
How long ago was my trip here?
The circle of life.
It's one of the most recent things in my backstory.
Definitely not 80 or 100 years ago.
Okay.
Probably
So this was before.
no more than 10 years ago, probably like around 5 or less. Personally, that's what I would say, but it is your character. It's completely up to you.
Let's go for 7 years. 7's a nice number.
Is it
7's
though?
a lucky number. If you believe in that shit.
I'm gonna say, it looks like this has been here a long time. With reference to the dead body. Was this here the last time you were here?
I don't believe I got this far.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any animals around. So,
Means we're not
he
in a
probably
bear's
just
den.
he probably just starved to death.
Poor fellow. Should go back to the others.
Let's go.
Hopefully Jack's back up and ready to go.
We'll switch back while they're on the other side of the cavern. Theo, Calliope, you notice that Jack slowly begins to wake up. He looks quite a bit better. Some of the burns and cuts on him have obviously healed, and he seems able to think and act normal. Does not seem like he's suffered any terrible injuries. All limbs are attached. And he speaks to you. Specifically you, Calliope. He looks over to you, hearing your voice previously. in common, and says, "Oh, where are we? Why do I hear water? What happened to the bar? Calliope, where are you?
I'm here.
I can hear you, but I can't see. I can't see you.
Oh, because you're in darkness. I thought he was blind. I thought
Yeah, I
he
was
was
like,
blind.
oh
and
no!
I
I
was
was like,
concerned
oh
for
no,
him.
he's
Oh
lost
no,
his
poor
eyesight.
thing. First he can't walk,
Oh.
now he can't see.
Oh wait, no. He's fine. It's okay. He's just
He's
blind
just a human.
at the moment. He's only human.
Well, there was a accident. You were in a fire. We're in a cave now. It's
An accident. Fire.
um
Cave.
the town was attacked by a monster, but we're
A
okay
monster?
right now.
That's not possible. This town has never been attacked by a monster, not even wolves. What are you talking about, a monster?
Well, it was like a big bug.
Bug? We
Yeah.
don't have any bugs that could terrorize the town here. Calliope, have you gone mad?
No, I don't think so.
Think so. I think we should have you see a professional. This does not sound natural.
Well, I wasn't the only one that saw it.
Are we not the only ones here?
No. Right? See, I'm not crazy.
I don't hear this, right? I'm in
If you wish to
We're
hear
not
it,
there, are we?
perception.
Yeah, we're not
You're on the
there.
other side of the cavern. You could hear it from the echoes.
You
If you
could
wanted to
could
roll
hear like
perception.
muffled echoes, yeah. Technically. Sorry about that. My sheet is being potato. There you go.
If you wanted to roll perception to hear it, you may. Otherwise, we'll continue.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and continue. We'll just roll it. Hey.
Nope.
You're deaf.
You're not here.
Too focused on rifling through the bones.
Apparently. Right. So Calliope has asked her teammates, "Yeah, I'm not crazy, right?"
I don't believe so.
Who was that? I heard another voice.
It's me, sir.
Who's
I
me?
used to know your. Well, yes. My name is Theodore.
Theodore.
Yes.
I remember you. Good
I've
lad,
changed,
good lad.
sir. I've changed for the better, as well.
Ah, that's a shame to hear. You're
Well,
good in the
for
fighting
now. I don't. For now, we are currently residing in this cave until, really up to you whether we should continue moving, or we should stay here for the night. But we wanted to wait for your opinion in the matter.
Well, I'm not sure if I believe this story of a giant bug attacking a town. But, if it's true, I suppose we should stay here for the night. At least for
Yes.
a few more hours.
It would
Make
be
sure
much
whatever it
safer.
is gone.
Very well. Once they come back, we will tell them exactly what you've told us.
You don't mind, I think I'll take a rest. You can see him kind of drag himself with his hands over to one of the cavern walls and lean against it. Or for those of you that can't see.
Alright, so we get back and he's still... We assume he's never gotten up, he's just against the wall now, right?
No,
Right.
he's yeah.
Well, Calliope said she didn't want to move him, that he either moved of his own accord or was moved for some odd reason. But you can see him, as you approach, you can see the scuff marks and the dust. And you can hear him breathing, not quite as shallowly as he was before. He seems to definitely be conscious. Although you can roll perception if you want to figure it out quite exactly.
Nah, it's fine. So from what we can tell, the rest of the cavern there's nothing in there. It doesn't go anywhere. There's just some cave drips, some small waterfalls. a couple
There are
of puddles.
noticeable amounts of rocks that have fallen from the ceiling over the years, but other than that, there's nothing here.
And how's the ceiling looking? Does it look like it's gonna cave in any moment, or is it pretty?
Nope, looks pretty normal. This looks like it was smoothed over many years ago, but eventually some pieces of the smoothing fell out, and from God knows what. It is a cave system that was not well kept. This is
Alright.
to be expected.
So we'll get back to the others and sort of wave to get their attention. The cave there's nothing in it. There's no other entrances, no other exits. Just a few
You wave
pieces
to
of fallen rocks. We're right there, right in front of them.
There's nothing.
Because
It
obviously
looks
they
pretty-
didn't explore, so they don't know.
Calliope's father has said that we should. She has voted to stay as well, so we might as well stay for the night, or as long as we need to.
Should someone keep watch in case anything comes in here?
Believe me and Sabella are the only ones with eyes capable of keeping watch, so we'll take shifts, I believe.
Yes,
Don't
I
have to
volunteer.
remember
You
to
see
give
Sabella
light.
speak up. Yes, I volunteer for first shift if no one else is able. You all should get your rests.
Alright.
How long are we staying here?
Just a few hours, I believe. 3, 4 at most.
No long rest. Yeah. Just
It was in and out of Belmore within a whole hour itself. Wolfwater is quite sizably larger, but I can't imagine it staying here all day. And the faster we get out of here, the faster we can help those that survived the attack get back on their feet.
I'm just gonna take my backpack and use that as a pillow and lay down next to Fainland and go to sleep.
Is Fainland going to sleep as well?
I can't sleep.
Or trancing?
Yeah,
Understand what I
I'll
meant.
do a quick 4-hour trance, and then that's the amount of hours we're chilling for.
Okay. So you kind of use the amount of time you can trance as a measure of time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Perfectly acceptable. I mean, bad player. How dare you, metagame? No.
I mean, we if an elf can do up to 6 trances a day, a trance being a unit of time is pretty precise.
It's precise enough. Everyone naps. If anyone is missing HP, all that is considered a short rest, so you may roll a hit dice. And if any of your class abilities or such refresh on a short rest, you can mess with those as well.
human determination comes back.
Am I aware of okay. I didn't get this from my what's it called? Class. I got it from the feat I took, but I have the alarm spell. Am I aware that I have that?
The alarm spell?
I'm allowed to cast it once per day.
You're aware of your powers, yeah.
Alright, well I'm just gonna cast that around us, and so that way if anybody that's not us comes through, I'm aware.
Okay.
It'll do the full alarm, not the me. Actually, it'll do the me alarm, just to be safe. It'll do the me alarm, not the loud alarm. So I'll hear it.
Can
No
you
one
ping the
else will.
spell? I have no idea what it does.
Sure.
I believe it's just alarm.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
lets me know if somebody's coming in around. Remember when I triggered it as a spider in the last game at the tavern?
Yeah, I remember that.
That
So
day's
we're all
lost all that
doing
treasure.
a nice little rest in a 20-foot cube, and then if anybody comes into that, you, in your mind, get a little ping.
Yes.
That's cool.
So you're gonna try and fit 6 people in a 20-foot cube?
That's not difficult. It's not combat where we take up, like, a whole thing.
I understand.
Like, Theo and Sabella would fit in one 5x5 cube with no trouble.
Well, I know that there's only one entrance in here, so I'll just put it at the entrance. So if anybody comes through that entrance, I'll hear it.
That
That makes
also works.
Alright,
Ding
that's
dong.
perfectly fine.
So do we
Um,
arrest without trouble, or does Sabella kick one of us and be like, run?
Run. No. You do see that. Actually, hold on.
Move us.
About. Hold on. About 2 hours into your rest,
Uh oh.
Airly,
Ah!
your alarm spell goes off.
Uh
Okay, I shoot up and I start shaking Fainlin. Fainlin.
I break out of the trance and I look to the entrance.
There's something coming through.
Whatever
I'm
it
gonna
was.
point
already
to
come
where I
through.
have the alarm. It could be just like an insect or something, because I learned that the hard way.
You know whatever
Oh, I
is
do.
there has gone through.
Okay, do I see anything? I hold up the light from the rhombus.
You don't see anything.
I cover up the light from a fucking rhombus.
Okay.
Does he see anything?
Don't draw any attention.
I don't know. Does Fainlin see anything?
Oh, I asked you if I saw anything and you just ignored me.
Well, I had the person who had the alarm spell takes precedence over that. If you wish to see something, roll me perception.
Me too?
Rip.
Not you.
What?
Not
You
you.
can't
Not
see in the. You can only
Aw.
see for 10 feet, remember?
Yeah.
So you could
Uh,
look, but good fun.
I just
you
woke up, my eyes
hear
aren't
something
adjusted.
rustling inside the cavern above your head, but you're not sure what.
How big
Oh.
of a rustling?
Pretty decent size. About as much as you would.
Would you say it's as big as the ones that did before?
Does it sound like an animal scurrying on the ceiling?
You can't tell.
Like
Fainlin.
cannibal survival?
I can't tell how big of a
Expertly?
scurry it is. I just know that it's a scurry.
Okay.
I said it
Alright,
sounded like a flapping of some type of substance. Maybe it's flying, maybe it's crawling along, you can't tell.
How fast does it seem to be moving?
You're not sure.
Alright, I'm gonna kick Theo awake, and I'm gonna chuck my shoddy map at Calliope to hit her awake.
It's a bit louder than I intended.
Is Isabella reacting? Because she's awake on watch. So she's more alert than the rest of us. And she saw me freak out, get up, shake Fainlin.
Sabella is awake. She doesn't seem to be really worried about anything. She looks back at you guys, kind of with a questioning look. What's going on? What's the problem?
I'm just gonna quietly say in Elvish, the roof.
I
She
can
looks up.
understand this. Yay.
She looks up and she puts her hand over her mouth and she starts giggling incoherently, and she says, barely able to keep a straight face and not laugh, "It's a bat, you goof. Go back to sleep."
You know that we don't sleep. You goof.
Well, I'm talking about the two people who do sleep, dear. You can go back in the trance if you wish.
I think I'll pass.
That's fun.
Mm.
You want to keep watch instead of me?
If you'd like. Though no promises that I won't wake you all up again at the sound of a bat.
Well, I'd prefer if you didn't, but if you do, well, please don't. And you see her,
If you do wake me up, please don't wake me up.
please don't wake me up. No,
If you've already woken me up, please don't do it.
I will roll over and ignore you. No.
Please do not woke me.
The elf who cried that.
Okay, so I'll still wake up again if something comes through it again, right?
Yeah. It keeps
Or is
going.
or is it gone?
It should still be there. I don't
Okay.
believe it disappears once it's been triggered.
Yeah, it keeps going. It does
No,
just-
it's
just
for
goes-
10. Yeah.
it
The
just
alarm
goes
only
Eight
goes
hours.
for 10. The alarm only goes for 10 seconds.
for each
Yeah.
for each thing that comes in.
Yeah, each thing
so-
that comes through. So it
must
lasts for
sleep.
8 hours, so it should still be on. I'm gonna try and go to sleep. I'm gonna hold the rhombus in my hand in case I need light. But like it's clutched in my baby fist, so you can't see it. Can't see
Okay.
the light from it. But I'm
Painless,
going
Well-
you see Sabella go and rest near Theo.
We'll swap places with her and then go to
Okay.
the watching spot.
Yep, that's fine. The rest of the 2 hours go by completely uneventful. It's been 4 hours. You notice.
would you
Not
say
you.
I could technically? No, that would. I was gonna
You
say,
asked-
do I like kinda? Can I?
Can I
make
do a
myself
sleep
wake up?
painting?
No.
Are you asking Theo?
Can I like at this point make myself wake up, or like do I have to go for the full 8 unless someone wakes me up?
It's not a long rest, it's a short rest. Short rests
Yeah.
are only an hour.
Yeah. So can I just wake up at this point then?
Why would you wake up?
I don't. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm a lay AFK.
I
Okay.
hit him with the map.
Now I won't wake up.
And I'll poke Calliope as well. From a distance, I'm scared she'll wake up and try and hit me.
She'll turn into a tiger.
From a distance.
Uppercut you.
Use the good old frisbee.
Hit her with a frisbee.
Magical
It won't-
throwing.
Well, they can't do damage. You know how
right.
how violent I get. So yeah, let's fucking.
It's like in a disc. It's like a pillow. It just bounces off her. Like.
we need to skill shot it, so I like bounce it off of each person.
Pull Captain America style, just bounce it off all walls, hit every person, and then the last person gets hit is Calliope.
No, I just poke Calliope from a distance with the map because she's from a rough neighborhood, and I don't know how she'll react to being
He
woken
was
up.
raised in the hood, the chivalrous. No one.
Calliope, you're awoken, assumably, by having your foot poked by a map.
All right. Well, she'll jump up. Be like, what?
Jesus,
What's
I knew
going-
something was gonna happen.
Get immediately into that old timey pugilist pose.
Yeah.
Calm down,
Let me
calm
out,
down.
let me
It's just we've rested for 4 hours. It's we can leave now. You can put that club away. And that dagger.
And that machine gun.
You could stop trying to bite me.
You can let go of Airly now.
Get-
All right,
get-
I'm good. I'm
get
good.
off
Got
of
me,
that.
hold me by the shirt, ready to just get the nearest.
She's got both arms on you by the neck, and you're just like aloft in the air, and she's like, "Oh, who's there?"
Reminds me of being back home.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Jonathan's jokes.
And then I'll leave Theo to wake. Wait, she doesn't need to wake because you're semi-conscious in trance, so she knows
Yeah,
that we're all getting up.
I just whispered to her like, it's time. We should keep moving.
Wow, how romantic.
Wow. What am I? Okay, I'm done. All right.
Get up, wife.
I didn't
It's time to leave.
Time to make sandwiches, wench. No.
Wow.
Look at
Okay.
And basically, they
Wow.
There's no good morning, honey. It's just get up. We're going.
both time
He's
to
gonna
leave.
have to like roll for a divorce every single time he talks to her. And he gets a 1, then it's
Not
auto
the
divorce.
morning, though.
As her eyes flick open at the sound of your oh so romantic voice, he says, "That is not a way to wake a woman. It's time. What are you, a child?"
I'm sorry, darling. I'm just a bit on edge.
Well, I'm sure we all are, but manners come first, remember?
And right next to them, I'll wake up Errol by saying the same thing he did to his wife.
It's time. Wake up.
just to emphasize how childish of a thing it is to say. It's time, Errol. Get up. We have to go. You'll be late.
School starts in half an hour.
Oh man, you can't prepare in half an hour. You really can't.
If you try hard enough.
I mean, unless you prepare like everything, and once you get up, you just wear and like pull everything, like it's all perfectly contorted, so that once you get out the door, you're finished.
Or you could just get up and get ready like a normal person.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like it doesn't
30
take
minutes
long.
is more than enough.
Like I just get up, get dressed, eat cereal, and head out to wherever I need to go.
Yeah,
Not a
20
big
minutes
deal.
max, isn't it, Finn?
Well,
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna get up.
yeah, we'll head to the previous collapsed rocky entrance bit that we found a hole in.
All right. You find that it still has the hole in it that you can climb through. You
Still
wish to
seems
try and
secure?
widen it. Still seems secure. Although if you presume it's secure because there's not been any more thumps that you can tell. If you wish to check it, you may.
What's the check for that?
Survival, I believe.
Oh,
But Mason's.
Same
Oh yeah,
as what
Mason's
you used last time, yeah.
Mason's was with you.
Not high enough. Feels bad.
Between the two of you, you figure out this is pretty solid. You could widen. You feel like you could even widen the hole a bit, so you don't have to crawl through.
Fainlin won't chance it and he'll just crawl through.
That's what I was thinking. I don't want
Okay.
to chance that.
Alright, I'll follow straight after.
All right.
Try and
Or
make my
follow
way through.
straight.
After you, Theo, you see Sabella starts crawling through,
I'll
and
help
she
her
raises a hand.
out.
Okay, so you help her out.
Yeah.
She
She
got
gives
a
you a kind
cue.
smile as you do that.
I gotta
Calliope,
be neckbeard now.
Calliope, your father
yeah.
is still unable to walk. It must be helped through the hole.
Oh, we have to, like, do we pass him through? That sounds so bad, though.
Yes, you would have to pass him through. Although you feel like he can crawl through, but it wouldn't be comfortable for everybody.
So,
Sabella gets in one side, Calliope gets the other, and then...
Yep.
They're
That's the
good.
presumed method.
Guten bye.
Calliope, do you follow after your
Goodbye.
father?
Yes.
Alright. Airly, I believe you're the last one.
I said that I was getting out after Theodore.
Oh,
Because I was going to go out with Errol, but then Theodore went immediately after me. So like me and Errol were
Okay,
holding
I'll go.
hands. I go through, we're like still holding hands. And
I
Theo's like,
never-
no! Throws her to the floor and goes through.
It's like when you're a little kid with your parents at the grocery store and some adult just cuts between you.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I hate
Like,
those
gosh,
people.
we're here together. I know, it's
I
so
only have
You
five
are
items.
those people.
I only
I'm
have
not.
five
You
items.
never mentioned, you nerd.
Yeah, the
You never
grocery
mentioned-
store, and you have like a full cart and some jerk off with like a handful of items. Is like, what? It's only a few items. And cuts in front of you. It's like,
You don't mind if I separate you from your child in this crowded place, do you? Fine.
Dude, he's
sure that
probably
he's
one
just
half
fine.
of like a. He's probably one half of a con trick where they steal the child and you get distracted. Oh my
A bit
god.
more of
Oh
a con.
my gosh.
It was just a prank, bro.
Oh, did you hear Sally got conned? 3 children just gone. So that's more than a con. Jesus.
I played a cruel trick on her.
Alright, so we're all
Hey, guys.
out.
Except for Calliope.
Oh shit.
Calliope, no, Jack first and then Calliope.
Calliope went through after.
Well, they noodled Jack through already.
Yep.
Noodle.
The noodle.
Just
Jack
maneuvering him,
through.
smushed him through the hole.
Is the bit that was all shaky last time stable now?
No. As you make your way
Ooh.
down
Monk.
into the first cavern, you notice that there's now a cave-in from where you
Oh,
were previously.
boy. Can we see the ceiling? Can we see, like, up?
You see the ceiling and you can see all kinds of debris and holes. It does not look like it would take a blow.
But we're not seeing, like ground from outside,
No.
right? Okay, we're still seeing cave ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is quite unfortunate. Do you think we can dig our way through this?
We've no choice unless we wish to end up like the skeleton in the other room.
I will start shoveling with the shovel.
I have a
then.
pickaxe. I'm
Yeah,
not
we're
getting
gonna
there.
diggy hole.
If you're attempting to remove rocks, you can make a strength check or an athletics check.
I'm not proficient in
That's a shovel.
A shovel check.
a shovel. Shovel check. I'm gonna
Shovel
whack
knife.
the rocks with my shovel.
They're all just shovel.
Just a shovel.
Manage to move a few of the small rocks, but you don't seem to make much progress with a shovel.
I'm gonna hand Sabella the pickaxe. Do a better job.
This whole campaign is just going to be us like, Isabella,
Please man this
you see the big bad guy, but could you help us kill him? Just let her do
Could you
it.
please summon your deity? Why is that so funny to you? Is
I
this a
don't
shovel?
know why it's so
With,
funny to
with
me.
a few swings of a pickaxe, you can see her get rid of most of the larger rocks, but you still see that some of the smaller ones fall down from the ceiling. It seems that this is going to take quite a while to clear.
Oh.
This is, to be clear, this is not in the cavern itself. Like, you're in the cavern currently. The exit to the cavern from whence you came is blocked.
Can I try again? But
You may
A
attempt
piece
to grab
better
a
this
shovel if you want.
alright, I will go. I will use my human determination on this. Why not, Nolo?
What about your painter's tool?
Where's my painter's tools when I need them? Alright, hold up. I think there's some shenanigans going on here. What if I roll painter's tools right now? Okay, no shenanigans.
As you're clearing the rocks, you manage to clear most of the small ones that fell after your wife broke the larger bits. And you look back at her, a little bit sweaty, a little bit dirty, but still quite beautiful. You think should be a good thing to paint.
New painting soon. Clap. Just like a post on Twitter, just a teaser, like new painting coming up.
So your only value of your wife is as a Twitter post.
No, I'm just saying.
Even in the modern age,
I wouldn't
Inside
probably
your
do
life.
that. I'm not that kind of person. I literally don't take photos of anything.
says the painter.
Yeah, ironically enough.
Anywho, the wife will attempt to.
It
You
just-
see, as she starts whacking away with the pickaxe, she hits upon a boulder that seems to be unable for her to crack all the way through. This seems to be a pretty big rock, much bigger than the others, about twice as big. You feel like it doesn't block like the entire passageway, but you can see this is something that blocks about maybe half of it. It's a pretty big rock. Seems unable to break it apart with any ease.
Darling, would you like to take a rest? We could have someone else start digging as well.
She wipes the sweat from her brow, and seems to be with pretty heavy breathing. She doesn't seem willing to really speak. Trying to catch her breath, she hands it off to whoever is willing to take it.
I already have a shovel, so.
I have -2 strength. I'm not doing anything.
Ha ha ha! Kids.
Anybody else? Calliope, maybe?
Children.
I mean, does anyone want to hold my dad for me?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's a good
dad
point.
for me.
Can't you just put him down, prop him up against
I
the
mean, I can hold him myself. Phelan, you want to dig the diggy? I will hold the dad for now.
Why not just put the father next to where we're digging? He's got quite some arms on
You
him.
might get hit by rocks.
Unlikely.
Alright, I'll set him down very gently.
Like a killer.
As you take the pickaxe, he gestures towards you and he says, "Please, be careful. I do not want you to get injured."
Of course. So, is that athletics?
Athletics or strength check, whichever
Can
one
I
you
help?
want.
I assume I
You
can no
help.
longer.
You have no
roll it.
tools on you. Do you have any?
I have Mason's tools. I can weaken the rocks. I can
You
shovel
can,
the shit
hold
that
on.
she's
Roll
getting.
me Mason's tools.
Roll it or ping it?
Roll it, if you would please.
Wow.
You identify a weak spot in the boulder where you think that you could easily collapse it with only a few swings. Please roll me athletics or a strength check, whichever one you're doing, Calliope, at advantage.
Hey.
Wow.
Very nice. With only 5 swings of your pickaxe, you manage to smash the boulder into absolute pieces. As it cracks, you can hear the falling of other rocks above. You feel like maybe with maybe an hour's more work, you could clear the passage enough for people to go through. Yes. In response to Dibble. Alright. Does anyone else wish to continue? At this point, you can see that there's only about medium-sized rocks and some smaller rocks in the way. I feel like they could be pretty easily cleared out. Anyone? Any volunteers?
I mean,
I'll
me
keep
and Calliope
going.
are right there.
I didn't want to roll again because I thought I couldn't roll again. I guess I'll roll again.
I asked you, does anyone else want to continue? So yes, if you want to
sorry.
continue.
Alright, there you go.
After, like I said, after an hour of hard work, you managed to quite easily dig out a place where someone could pass through. You managed to dig a place out on the left side where there's mostly smaller rocks that you could shovel away. This is enough pretty easily for someone to pass through completely unimpeded. So you wouldn't have to crawl.
Do I think it's pretty secure?
Roll me Mason's tools. Yeah, you think this is secure enough for the moment. As long as there's no more thumping above, disturbing the mess. I feel like you could... This is pretty secure.
I know, I haven't rolled below 17 on that since the campaign started. I'm really proud.
Can't wait for the natural one. I mean, it's
Good
like
at
my
your job.
It's a dangerous
your
thing
life.
to roll poorly on.
It's your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, so I'll explain that it seems secure, and we can see the outside world, right? Through the passage if we poke our head in.
No.
Yes, you can see the rest of the passageway. And with that, we're going to take a short 5-minute break.
Nope, I'm good.
Alright. After about 20 minutes, you guys do manage to find your way to the surface.
Before we're actually visible to the surface, I want to stop and listen.
Stop and listen.
If
Okay.
I hear anything that would make me go, hey, let's go back in there.
Actually, I'll keep this. You hear the theme music briefly change for almost a second.
Are you sure? With that roll, I heard that even?
It's not really what you
Definitely.
hear, but what you see that is
Oh,
quite important. And as you
Okay.
look around through the tree line, you can see smoke and fire above the treetops.
Above?
Above,
Like
how
just
far
a-
away from us? From
Hard to
where we are
tell.
standing currently?
hard to tell with that roll.
May I do the same?
I suppose.
Eagle eyes.
You don't have eagle eyes anymore.
Damn it.
My bird.
Three?
You think this is coming from town center? Probably closer now that the fire has spread. I'm sorry, not town center, the docks.
Oh, no.
Taken
Good thing
from-
we didn't go there.
It was one of those telltale decisions we were gonna do, and one of them were gonna kill us.
We don't hear anybody moving around or... What time of day is it, by the way?
At this point, I failed to change the time. It is dark out. You can see the fire very clearly due to the time. It is night out. Hard to see the stars because the smoke in the sky seems to obscure them.
This is really reminding me of Land Before Time.
Hey, it's not my fault you watched a dinosaur show.
Great dinosaur show, though.
Okay, so where should we head off to?
The docks looks most in need of our aid.
We should move carefully and stealthily if we can.
What direction? Sorry, go for it.
To ensure that whatever this thing is, we can maintain our position.
What do you
And
take us
we
for?
hit it.
Common street thugs? We shall not skulk around our own city streets.
The risk of getting caught by this thing is tremendous, and as Calliope said, it was... Well, Calliope can describe for herself what it looked like.
If only someone had taken notes.
No, I know what it looks like. I just don't want to say, because I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, you do.
taking
You
her
saw
word.
it.
Everyone got to look at it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
now.
right. Sorry, I
Calliope
didn't
got
remember.
the best look at it. She was right up close and personal with that.
So, yeah, so I do
She
know how...
wasn't quite close. She came within 50 feet, but yeah.
Hashtag
Right up
near
in his
death.
grill.
Probably as close as she wishes to be.
Nose to nose with him.
Hashtag
Even, like,
prank,
just-
hashtag almost died. But...
Okay, what is Daddy-O's reaction, Jack? Is he freaking out now that he knows his daughter isn't crazy and this is real?
He doesn't seem to really believe you. As he looks over and he says, "They must be having a great bonfire in celebration." The end.
Okay, what of the town? We can see the fire coming in the direction of the docks, but what of the town? Are we
Hard
close
to
enough
tell
to
from here.
see?
Hard to tell. Through
About
tree
how-
lines.
How about how far off are we from the town?
You're about a 30 minutes walk,
Oh gee,
give or take.
farther than I thought. Where should we go?
Shall we provide aid in the docks? Think maybe the creature has left and
What direction do I recall the creature coming from? By the way, entering the town. What direction to enter the town from?
Well, you know the town square was to the north, and the bells were ringing there, so you can only assume that it was coming from the north.
Okay. And right now we're at the south of the town, right?
That is correct. Well, you're more, south, west. No, wait, I'm sorry. South. Southwest.
Do I know why this creature would be going away from the mountains? Because it's keep heading further and further from it.
Roll me nature.
Okay. Do I get advantage for this Land Before Time music?
No.
no.
Sure.
You have no idea.
Oh, I don't have proficiency in nature. I'm not gonna bother.
Well, okay.
I have a +1. There's no way. It's an intelligence check, and I'm slightly above average.
I'm gonna say, normally these kind of creatures stay in the mountains. I don't know why it's coming over here.
Are there even any mountains around Wolfwater? I believe there's not one for miles upon miles. At least
The
7 uns.
At least 7 uns.
At least 7-ins.
Actually, no, it's 8 uns. Thank you very much.
No, look, there's one right there. 6.9
It's about
uns.
You
6
measure
uns.
from the edge of the town.
Oh,
So-
to the edge of the town, it's only 6 uns. But Phelan doesn't know exactly how many uns they are.
He's guessing.
He's guessing about 7.
By average,
Licks
it
his
must-
finger, puts it up in the air. Yeah, about 6.1 uns.
why is my ruler locked on the grid? That's so weird.
Press
Hold
Alt.
Alt.
Oh, there we go. Meow.
Got those Lockians.
It takes
So you guys
20
start walking
on
towards the
to
town?
get to Australia.
I don't know. I asked the group. Nobody answered me. I said, where should we go? And then I said about, I don't know why it would be coming towards us. It's usually for the mountains.
I still vote that we offer aid at the docks. I'm sure Sabella's fine healing skills could be of much use to them there. But
I agree with this. We should try and help as many people as we can.
unlike you, quite fortunate fellows, I have not been able to take every single member of my family and relatives with me to the mine. I've at least 5 relatives in Wolfwater that I have no idea if they're okay.
I have 2 younger siblings, and I did not take them as well. And I hope.
I mean, they're not from Wolfwater. They travel, do they not? They're not even here.
I'm not sure where they are now, but I pray that they weren't here. Or
Well, if we're gonna... Sorry, go for it.
no, continue. I just finished my sentence.
If we're gonna go and help people out, the sooner the better. And if we're not, then we have to make a decision. So we go into the docks?
I say we go help Calliope. What do you think?
Well, I think we should help. I mean, we don't know if there's anybody even left, so we should go look.
Well, let's just go quickly then.
Then let's go. And we'll start.
I
heading
also
out.
say, then let's go.
Vamonos!
Vamonos, let's go.
Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it.
Alright, so you guys are heading into the town?
No, we're heading
to
towards
the
the
docks.
The docks, just outside of town, right?
Alrighty. As you get farther and farther away from the cave, you can hear the water sounds stop. And all you're left with are the sounds of a silent forest. There's no animals, no insects, no nothing. Whatever was here is gone. As you approach closer and closer to the town, only you smell.
I'm sorry, I should have cut you off. Keep doing that. I don't do it on purpose. Just continue.
You get closer and closer to the docks. All you can smell, all you can taste, is the fire. As you get even closer, within only a 10 minutes walk, you can even hear it. As I struggle to put on the fire sound.
Oh, boy.
Not quite that loud.
It started kind of quiet, then went really loud, then went back kind of reasonable.
Yeah.
Can I roll? I just remembered, because of my favorite enemy, Atrocity, I should get advantage on that nature check.
You're welcome.
Wait was about. I remember that I was
Okay.
cutting you off, and I shouldn't
Roll
do
it.
that. Okay.
You're welcome, Dibble. I told you what it was.
You told me what was.
The monster type.
Oh, I asked both of you.
Yeah.
She already knew.
I mean, it would only make sense that its type of creature would be your target, because...
Well, she already knew. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say, "Oh, Tibble, do you not remember your one ability?" And also, I forgot anyway, so.
She don't remember the only do.
And she did ask when I told her, so I mean.
Ranger with low strength, by the way.
Alrighty, so you guys are about 10 minutes from the docks. You can hear the fire raging. You can smell it. You can almost taste it. Just sit in your mouth.
All we hear is fire, no insects, no animals, just fire.
Just fire.
How's the sleeping quarters that my younger brother lives in.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. No. The youngest. Every time someone...
The youngest.
He's
The
only
youngest.
3.
Every time a family member dies, he has to make a wisdom save.
You have visited him before. You know that he usually rents out a room at the local inn due to the fact he doesn't stay in town for very long.
So we don't see his hut? He's
You guys
yeah.
are about 5 to 10 minutes away from breaking out of the forest and into the docks area.
But like around us is the forest fire, right? This is like...
It's not a forest fire. You can see the fire lighting up the docks. You can't quite see the actual details of it as it's mostly obscured by trees, but you do see that there's a wildfire, and the light from it almost blinds you as you're heading into it. It's very, very intense. And the fires easily tower above the treetops.
Mm.
Can I tell, can I roll nature or something to tell if this fire was started by, centipedemen?
An arson.
Sure.
Now's my chance.
You can roll to see if it can start a fire. You can't tell from this distance, or even...
Alright,
Yeah,
so
you
can
can't tell
we
from this
go?
distance if this is the actual... Is this is from the attack or what? But
Yeah,
We just
I-
go to the docks then, because everything we've done in the last 5 minutes has just been you're too far away. Could we just go there?
Well, I'm worried
yeah.
about going too close because he's like, you're getting closer and the fire is right in front of your face. What is this fire from? Can I tell
with
that?
advantage, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because it's about the monster.
Nice, good
Did
advantage.
you-
Good
Lot of good.
advantage.
Good advantage. 10 out of 10. You figure this is probably from it. You notice that if beast can indeed start fires from its thorny...
So ironic how it lives in very cold areas.
I'm gonna say,
Yep.
I don't know how much closer we should get. Like, that creature starts fires. This probably would start.
We should find a way around so we can see if Phelan's younger.
Well, you don't
sibling-
know that, do you? He didn't say it.
No, he did say. Oh no, you did.
No, I asked Finn if I saw his house.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
no,
was
so
that
I
a
don't
game?
know. We should find a way around to see if there are any other people, unless we want to give up now.
Is
I
the,
just
does
feel
it look like there's more fire in the town itself, or mostly at the docks?
Hard to tell from here.
Or can we go to somewhere where we can fucking tell?
You can climb a tree if you want.
Yeah, I'll just climb a tree.
Is
Okay,
it
roll me
Afro or
athletics.
I just climbed, don't I?
You just climb?
Says it doesn't
Athlete.
cost me any movement.
Oh, go ahead then.
I'll do a thing. Oh, sad days. I can't
Oh,
climb.
no!
Everything is based around climbing, but rip.
Nice! Ugh!
Why are you climbing a
climb.
fucking
Why are you
tree?
climbing?
No, I'm
That was just him
I want-
yanking you down.
No,
Sorry, you rolled so poorly.
No. I wanna get a higher view. I mean, I know the fire goes over the treetops, right? Is what you said.
Correct. You can see the light.
But I just wanna see it. I just want a better perspective.
As Fainlin and Theo climb the tree, they get to the top with minimal effort. And above, they can see the path that the beast took. You can see that most of the town is not injured by the fire, but there's a long streak coming from the northeast. It streaks down to the town square, and from there to the dock area. And you can see it goes back down, exits from the southeast.
So it was just a straight line, a trail of fire.
Not
And-
quite straight. It curved around as it, picks
Yeah,
targets to chase
it
after
was a
people, but
continuous single path. I mean, like
yeah, it only seemed to affect a pretty small area, generally speaking. There's pretty good. All that's on fire right now is a single slice. You can see that there's people working on the various fires and trying to keep what's not on fire wet so it won't catch fire. And as you rise above as you get to the treetops, you can hear the bell ringing, calling for all hands to try and help quench the fires.
Can I see a way around from the big ass fire and to the docks, or is it like the docks is just completely lit?
The docks, as you look towards the docks, you can see there's several buildings. Several of the surrounding buildings of the docks are on fire. The docks themselves, most of them, there's about 10 main dock areas. There's 3 large ones, and the other 7 are mostly for smaller ships. You can see the main ones are all on fire, and about 4 of the smaller ones are on fire. So you can see that they seem to all be quite affected.
Does it go around?
What do you mean, does it go
Like,
around?
is there a way around this like big fire that, like,
Yeah, there's a way through the current portion where you're at. If you were to go back down and try and enter the dock area, you could enter the street that you'd enter onto would be not entirely like on fire. The docks themselves are probably about 60 to 100 feet away from you if you were to be down on the ground.
So the town looks like it's been hit pretty bad with the fire.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty nasty hit to a town that's never had any kind of magical or monster attack.
I think we should go help the town. They seem like they need more help. I don't see anybody at the moment in the docks, so...
To the town we go then.
Feels bad, man. Alright, I'm head down. And, relay the information to the group.
So
Okay.
you start heading up towards the town with a bit of rush because the alarm bell's off and we're needing to help with the fires.
Yeah. Run! Meanwhile, Child is 5
Run.
feet behind us.
That's gonna compound over. That's 5 feet every 6 seconds behind you guys. Actually, 10 feet if we're dashing.
Is anyone gonna pick her up, or at least try to?
Yeah, I'll carry her.
Okay.
Carry her. Yeah.
Just leave her in the dust.
Fucking see you, kid.
10
I've got my real family to worry about.
Oh no, that's so mean.
Oh my god. It is gonna be like The Last of Us. Everybody but the girl that you don't really know is gonna die.
Everybody knows me. Actually, no. The only person who loves me is Painland.
Yeah, exactly. This
As
is Last
you-
of Us right now.
As you run through the town, it seems like an eerie calm as there's no one on the streets that you can see as you approach from the docks area. And then as you start to hit some of the more populated areas, you see people's belongings are out in the streets where they've taken their most valuable things so they wouldn't get burned. Many of the sides of the buildings look pretty soaked as people have taken water buckets to them to make sure that their houses do not burn up. It's chaos as you get to the more residential areas as people are running back and forth. There's water all over the streets from people dropping buckets or spilling from their buckets, or just general chaos. You can hear the crowds yelling, and the bell seems to get louder. It almost pierces your ears. But yet it all seems to be a weird calm as the adrenaline starts to sink in and you know where you're needed. You all grab buckets and help.
And the people running around, do I see any, like, family? Like, of Phelan's family?
You do not.
Whilst helping,
Then-
I'm assuming there's not like some guy saying, "You take that bucket there." So whilst helping, I sort of help in the direction of to eventually arrive at my parents' house.
Okay. You managed to do that. It takes you about an hour to get over there. And in that hour, you can hear the bells eventually die down. And all that's left is the sounds and smells of fire burning in the distance.
I will. Do I know if the fire hit my house?
You do not know that.
Interesting. I'll
If
tell
you've made your way over
Sabella, darling, we should see to help clear out the fire whilst making our way towards our home to make sure that it's safe.
You go to talk to your wife, but you notice she's not there.
Where'd you
Finally
go?
left. You finally had enough of this. I'm
Ah,
done. It's the last straw.
Wait, where'd
She's
she
gone to go get the insurance payout.
Oh wow! Oh my god! What a genius!
Oh
my God.
no! Is the bank burned down and all our money gone?
Wait.
You
So
Just
wait,
open that account.
do I know where she went?
No, she didn't give you
Like-
any indicator.
She's probably off
Roll
healing
insight if
people.
you want.
She's probably running
Were we
around.
running? Were we running in the same direction?
If you want to figure out where you think she might have went, you can roll me insight with advantage.
I have proficiency in insight. Don't fail me now. Lag. Hello. Thank you. Oh my god, that's so bad. Or
You
that's not
believe-
bad. That's a 14.
I believe she went to go check on the orphanage.
Oh shit!
She
Right.
volunteers that quite often.
All right. I'll try and make my way there as well.
Are you making your way there first, or what?
No, I'm good. Yeah, cause I wanna make sure she's safe as well as whatever however the orphanage is doing as well.
You see that the orphanage appears to be mostly empty.
Is she anywhere
As-
inside?
No, she's not.
So all the kids dead went to go off herself.
I'll keep looking. Can I roll investigation?
Sure.
The old self-hanging tree. I'm gonna try. I'll keep looking for evidence of maybe where she went.
You look around at the footprints, looking around for specifically the small footprints maybe of the children, and you track them down to a small area where you can see it looked like it was burned out. This is towards the northeast part of the town, but it seemed as if the combination of the children's help and some of the people around that they managed to quench the flames. You can see Sabella is treating the wounds of those who live here, and the children seem to be helping.
Alright.
They're currently collecting the supplies they use to quench the fires and taking them where they're needed.
I'll help in the this portion of the town as well.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything else? Calliope?
I'm gonna go and see if the tavern is completely gone or not.
Alright, you make your way to the tavern. It takes you an extended period of time as you have to make your way through some of the more crowded areas. And as you get there, you see the entire front of your tavern is gone. Much of the second floor is gone. All that's left of the second floor seems to be a stairway leading up from this first floor. The first floor walls on the outside seem to be all burned up, but it looks as if someone managed to douse the flames on the side before they ate their way entirely through the building.
How does Daddy-O react to this?
He seemed to be in shock and not able to speak.
Oh,
Okay,
Seems to
you
be
better watch
staring
out.
at it.
He might actually just die in shock. Like, watch yourself.
He seems to be looking at the building, and eventually, after a few minutes, he puts his heads in his hand. Heads in his hand?
Hey, hand.
No legs, 3 heads, let's go!
He's a mutant. Who knew?
Pepe hands.
And he puts his head in his hands, and you can hear him sobbing very softly.
This is everyone's face right now, really. On Discord.
is there any sign of my puppy?
No!
Well, they have like survival instincts. Gotta jump right out of there. Jump out of the window. I mean, come on.
Not when you tie him up.
Was
So
he
that
tied
they don't
up?
disturb the guests.
Was he tied up, Calliope?
Who let a dog?
No, he's very well trained. He sits. He's like the little mascot. He sits behind the bar.
It does say that in her backstory. I read it.
As you go
Mascot of the bar.
As you go to
I read it, so the dog must be alive.
As you go to the bar, you look and you can see normally where his dog bed is on the counter. You see it's been knocked aside and laying upside down on the floor. You see there's a collar with seems as if it's been licked by flames on the top of the counter. No sign of a dog.
It's okay. The dog's gonna come back as like a hellhound or something. We're gonna have a hellhound.
As you inspect the collar, you can see where the latch part it just simply broke off, and there's a piece of broken, pretty strong timber nearby. You see, it feels like maybe you got snagged on it. Hard to tell.
Alright.
Do you call out his name?
Yeah.
What's
Just
his
yell
name,
out.
actually?
As you yell out
Scruffs.
as you yell out
Oh.
Scruff's name, you hear no reply for the first 3 tries, and you're about to give up when you can hear your
I
father.
hear him. I hear it talk.
You hear the dog say, "Help!" No.
He's so well trained.
I can speak common now.
I was reborn in the flames as a dog with intelligence.
I was awakened by the flames. No,
I found a rock. It kind of glowed. Gave me language.
you hear you hear a whimpering from the back of the bar, behind the bar, the rear bar entrance. You can hear the scratching against the door.
Can I get to it?
Yes, as you open the door, it seems like it's jammed. After a few tries, you manage to rip it open. Before you see the dog sitting down with one paw up. It seems as if its paw has been missing some fur and there's some blood on it. You can see the
Oh
dog.
no.
You see the dog whining, and it hobbles its way over to you and lays down next to your feet.
Oh, poor Scruffy.
The dog
Even
with
as it's
the
laying by your feet, it still whines.
Oh. Is there anything I can do? Can I like bandage the paw?
Yes, your father offers a strip of his somewhat ruined clothing. You rip it into a bandage, and you treat the wound. Give me a medicine check, please. Oh, golly. You manage to wipe away the blood, but you don't feel like you can really treat the paw's injury.
I have medicine proficiency. You can come to me. Oh, actually, no. My wife does it better.
She's gonna be using her medicine on all the orphans. Go there, probably be tapped out of spells.
Dog might be an orphan.
Dogs are usually orphans, let's be honest. And we will switch to Fainlin.
Pepper hands.
What's
So,
the house?
Where are you
looking
heading
like?
first?
Parents' house, like I said.
Fantastic. As you approach the parents' house, you can see that the house next to your parents' house suffered major damage and collapsed into your parents' house. The debris knocking into not quite the front, but a little bit back. And you can see this is normally where your brother sleeps. His room is entirely gone. The walls, all that's left are some of the wooden beams from his room. His bed is all burned up, his book's gone, his sword's molten to slag.
Is his parents' house like where is it in the town? Is it towards the
I
north
assumed
side,
it was pretty close to the town square, where most of the best houses are. Come off my sheet. One by
Hang on,
one.
they might have gotten out. They might have ran. I mean, your hobble brother.
If you open the sheet, you see that I've marked him as presumed dead, but they're getting crossed off one by one.
You can see that the most of the house is completely fine, but just that one room in particular is hit particularly hard. Particularly.
All the young ones, huh?
I'll
And-
knock quite hard on the door.
If you knock quite hard on the door, even though you know you can just step through your younger brother's ruined room,
He was raised
and
with
the
respect.
door swings open, and you can see some missing valuables, the expensive rugs and furniture that were at the front foyer is going to be missing.
Can I find the painting that Airly did?
Yes, you venture into the house, and are you trying to be quiet about it or anything like that?
No, I knocked loud on the front door. I knocked loud on Dovek's room.
Okay. As you walk into the library where the painting is mounted, you hear footsteps behind you and the drawing of a sword. A voice, very familiar to you. What do you think you're doing?
This is my house, I believe. I
Robbed
have.
twice before. I can let you do it a third time.
I'm not here to rob anybody. This is where I lived 100 years.
You
I'm
recognize
searching
this
for my family.
voice as your younger brother.
Which one?
The one that lives here, the injured soldier.
3 people live here.
Dorveg.
Mother, father, Reinala, Dorve, Kazantai. Because they're all under 100. They're not adults. They're not allowed to leave home.
Your, Dorvik is the one that is behind you.
Got my hands up still. Gonna intend to slowly turn around unless he stabs me.
You can see him across the room, about 30 feet away from you. And as he notices you, he didn't quite notice you from your dirty clothing and soot-stained hair. He sheaths his sword and hobbles his way over to you to give you a great big hug. He says, "Thought you were dead. We hadn't seen you in hours after the attack."
Likewise, brother. We fled to the mines. There are a few of us, but
Are they safe?
as far as I know, yes.
Huh.
What of mother, father, the others?
We went to the basement to make sure that we weren't attacked, but unfortunately while we were there, I couldn't protect our home and we were robbed.
Home and its belongings are nothing compared to the people that live within it, brother. You know this.
Yes, but these were treasured family heirlooms. The furniture belonged to our great-grandparents. These are not things that you can replace.
We've 100 years to find new things to attach value to.
He gives you a slight frown, and then gives you a tighter hug. He says, "As long as you're okay, you'll not quarrel."
Have you seen the dogs there? They're completely in flames. I fear for Maiko.
I have not heard from him. In fact, he's the last one to check in. I also fear that at this point he may not be with us anymore. You can see he has a hard time saying that Omeko might be dead. Looking down at the floor as he says so.
Is there a chair nearby?
Yes, there are multiple chairs.
I'll sort of like help him to the chair and sit him down.
Sit him down next to a very fine chair by a reading desk. And
Don't sit him down next to the chair. You sit him on
I'm
the
sorry.
chair.
I meant
You
like in the
fucking
chair.
piece of
I meant,
shit.
I meant in the chair next to the table. I apologize. And
Oh, you see this nice chair? You can go on the floor.
Did you travel through flames and panic people? Then no, you don't get to sit in a chair, you fool.
Couldn't even save the house. You have to earn your seat.
Get a job, you lazy bum. You sit him in the chair next to the reading table, leaning his crutch up against the table. Where do you go from here?
Can I ask him where he got his fucking sword from? Because I'm so dense I don't realise he was training to be a guard. Doesn't cross my mind.
So you're gonna ask him where he got the sword?
Yeah, Phelan's just scared that he's fucking carrying swords around. Slippery slope.
That was the first thing I grabbed when I heard that the building next door was starting to creak. Might fall over on us. Thankfully, only if I got out before it collapsed. But one of my crutches was destroyed in the process of me getting out. You can point to the one that he has, seemingly unharmed. But there's one leaning up against the wall that is broken in two and has some charring on it.
I'll see if anyone around town has a spare crutch.
Don't worry about that. I can make do with one. Do you wish to speak to any of our siblings or parents?
Are they in, or are they out helping the...
They're
the flies?
currently out now, but I'm sure they'll be back for dinner and relaxation.
I'll probably bring some new friends across for dinner, if that's okay.
We have plenty of food. It's absolutely fine.
Shall see you then. Till then, stay safe, brother.
You too. You want this sword to keep yourself safe. I don't really need it.
I haven't a clue how to use it, but I think perhaps if some disgusting bug comes at us again, I'd like to think I could at least swing something at it.
Take it and be safe. He hands you his short sword. It is silvered.
Ooh.
You can see this is one of your many family heirlooms. This was crafted by your great-great-grandfather, who was himself an adventurer. It's got a rather sizable ruby on the hilt, the bottom, for weight, and this is definitely an adventuring sword. It's meant to be durable, but not quite as pretty. So there's not any of the same fine inscriptions or gilding on it. Where do you go from here?
Is Everly with me? I feel like she should be with me, or have I fucking abandoned her?
Completely up to
I wouldn't put either past either.
My plan was just to be like, stick with you, and while I'm like going back and forth, doing the water, making your way towards your house, I was gonna be yelling telepathically for Paco.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
As you yell telepathically for Paco, he does not send the answer.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'm with him.
Yeah, so we were at least somewhat close. Would you like to check on our house, or is there anyone in Wolfwater that you wish to check on?
I'm worried about Paco.
Paco resides mostly in the woods, does he not?
Yeah, but it came all the way here. It could have gotten to him too.
Perhaps after dinner we should venture to the abandoned halfling village and see if he's there. You said he always likes to go there when he's stressed or anxious.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Did you see where either of the other two went? The ones from the mines.
Did I see where they went?
Roll me perception.
Historic perception.
Historic.
With how good my perception rolls have been, it's not gonna
Indeed.
hold slip.
You did indeed see them.
Yeah, I think I saw. Oh crap! Where did they go again?
Calliope went to a bar, I think, and
Oh yeah, he
Theodore
went.
got halfway home and then realised, shit, where's my wife? So it's probably fair for you to think that he went all the way home, because you didn't track him and follow him all the way.
I'm gonna say it looks like they both went to check on their houses.
Then let us find them and check with them.
Okay. Well, what house is closer? Is it Calliope's or Calliope's house, or is it
Clyde's
Theodore's
house is much
house?
closer than Theo's.
So then we'd probably check there first because it's closer.
Yes, Calliope's
Okay.
house is barely a tenth of an hour away.
You find
That's never gonna get old.
you find the Calliope and Co. in their not really mostly, but halfway intact tavern. Father sitting in a chair at a table, and Calliope tending to the wounds of her mastiff.
Did the puppy get hurt?
Yeah, his paw's pretty bad. Did any of you know how to treat injuries like this?
I can try. Sometimes Pacos come back with injuries that I have to treat out in the woods. Might be able to do something for him.
Oh, I'd appreciate it.
Got a 14.
You notice that his paw is kind of jacked up. I'm trying to figure out the word. You can see that the joint seems to be pretty inflamed. Haha, you know. And
Like dislocated?
yeah, it does not look like it's properly aligned. He
Is
does
there
not
any-
seem to be able to put any weight on it.
Is there anything I could do to help him with that 14 or no?
You feel like you might be able to, but you're not very confident in your skills. You might do more harm than good. It's
I
kind
feel
of
like
a
this-
50-50.
I think this might be a little bit out of my depth. Maybe we should wait and ask Sabella when we see her next.
Would you like to carry him? We could find some of the bed sheets from upstairs, if there is an upstairs still. I checked the stairs.
Oh,
there
if
still
you wanted to
stairs?
check upstairs, yeah, you go up the stairs, and there's one room that seems to be only slightly singed by fire.
I'll get some bed sheets so that we can wrap the dog up and like carry him easier,
Okay.
and then we'll go off hunting for Sabella.
All right. So how do you wrap the dog? You're just like wrapping his paw, or just putting him in, like a sack?
Like a little sleeping roll bed for the dog.
All right. So you're just
So you're
wrap
like
him all up.
swaddling him and then carrying him?
turning him into a dog burrito, right?
Yeah, like that.
All right. Turning him into a dog burrito. No pun. No eating of the dog intended. And you go chasing off for Sabella. Where are you heading? Like, what is your first thought for where she would be? Calls.
I meant counting, not calling. Keep a counter of
Yeah,
how many phone
We
calls.
call Finn's calls. Alright, she's gonna give us a number.
Gonna
We're
be-
gonna call those
Yeah, I
numbers.
didn't tell you guys. It was me the whole
What?
time. I'm the one who
It
keeps
was me
calling
the whole
stuff.
time.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know Sabella like at all, do I? She's dealt with orphans. So would I know would I know that?
You would know where all the orphanages are, and you know that she's worked with you.
So I'm gonna say she might be at the orphanage. Try there.
So you're heading there?
I mean, I suggested it to the group.
Is there a good place that they would take people? Like, do we know if like the town hall was burned up? Would they keep them there or?
I mean, I know
like
of
emergency lodgings or anything.
Yeah.
I know of Sabella's link to the orphanage, right? Because that's where I picked up Erily from,
You would have met her there.
and I know how super attached she is and how she's always there.
Yeah, you would have definitely have met her there.
Probably a good guess to go there then. After we went to their house, obviously.
As to your question, Calliope, you're not sure if the town hall is burned up, or if they're keeping injured people there.
Okay.
If the bell's going, it should be okay. No, I just did that roof. Fuck.
You guys go through the town square, or town circle, more like it, but the town square. And on your way, you notice that the town square is mostly undisturbed. There's only 3 burned buildings. Everything else seemed to be kept quite isolated. The burned buildings seem to be mostly inconsequential, like mostly personal houses. Or one's a small warehouse where various goods were kept for the marketplace. Nothing too major. The town hall seems to be completely undisturbed. There doesn't seem to be too many people in the town square. Everyone seems to be off dealing with their own personal houses. But you can see there's a decent sized group of people who are handing out water and water in clay buckets that meant for drinking, and some food supplies. Seems to be a line forming. Hold up. What? Speak.
No, it's whole you.
Oh. Hold you bracket.
Took you a while to that was like a half hour ago.
I need to meld it into bullets.
Put your fist in the molten silver.
No, it's fine. My hands turn silver eventually anyway.
But you don't know that,
Next level.
so you would
I don't know
We've
that,
had this
but-
little exact conversation, like session 1, about putting hands in the silver. About don't worry, my hands in the silver. So we're coming upon the orphanage, or
Yeah, you pass through. Phelan, roll me perception as you're going through the town square. If you would, please. Oh, Phelan.
Hello.
What are you on
Please
from?
roll
I'm sorry.
me
Perception.
perception.
he's in a
How
stupor.
come?
He's still thinking about his brother.
Why am I rolling
Ouch.
perception? I'm
Natural
fucking
one.
crossing names off a list.
Never mind. You passed
Oh
through
no! Come on!
oblivious.
Don't do that to me. What about me? I'm
Phelan.
with him.
What do you want to roll?
Too
for?
short to see things. I don't know. What is he rolling for? Don't worry.
I don't know.
I'm
What is
just,
he
I'm
rolling
just
for?
giving you a hard time. Don't worry about it.
Oh no.
Get to the orphanage. Orphanage.
Orphanage.
Orphanage. Orphanage. You get to the orphanage. Very quickly. There doesn't seem to be anybody there. And the street that it's on seems to be mostly empty. This area has been cleaned up and the fire's quenched already.
So no sign of Sabella here?
Nope.
Can I follow the tracks of dripping paint?
Dripping paint. You say dripping paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fainland clutching his wet paintings everywhere
Oh,
he goes. Or not Phelan, Theodore.
Theodore carrying 6 wet paintings.
Why are my paintings wet after literally almost 24 hours?
Do you know how
In a
long it
damp
takes
cave.
for paintings to dry?
It's not going to dry in a damp cave.
Was it damp?
Yeah.
It's
You
pretty
didn't
damp.
hear we heard the wet, the like drippy sound effect
It
the
was
entire
drip,
time.
drip.
I thought it was pretty dank, but okay.
Can I ask some of the people in and around the orphanage if they've seen Sabella?
You asked the passing stranger, and they don't seem to have seen her, but they do recommend that you check the adjacent streets as the orphans were working to help quench the fires.
Okay, so we'll poke around some of the random adjacent streets in no particular order, see if we can't bump
After
into
about 15 minutes, you manage to find Sabella healing the wounds of people who had been helping tend the fires. I guess with them you'd see Theodore helping bring supplies back to where they belong.
punching
and
orphans.
Probably punching orphans, or painting them
Oh,
in
Jesus Christ.
something lewd.
Dipping them in silver.
Yeah.
I call this one, I had no parents, but now I have no home. It's just a crying
no.
orphan.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Tragedies collect them all.
That was. Oh my god. Now I hope
You've already
someone-
started an art exhibition, like 100 gold for Timothy.
Yeah, this has been a dark campaign. We've made so much dark humor.
Blame Phelan for that. I mean.
It's not just been.
It's pretty much just.
I haven't done any of it.
Calliope's the one carrying the dog, right?
Correct.
I just helped wrap it up. I'll like pat a hand on her back and sort of gesture to Sabella.
Sabella looks at the wound and gives the puppy, like, baby talk, and kisses the paw, and you can see it realign, the fur grow back. She gives it a head scratch before going back to her peoples.
Oh, thank you.
Scruffs is at full capacity. Are you still keeping him in the burrito?
Doesn't need to be swaddled anymore.
Yeah, if he can walk around, I'll let him walk around.
Okay. Get him walk around. He seemed to follow you pretty intently, keeping right at your heel.
Till he gets hit by a cart.
I'm just a dog chasing carts. I would know what to do with one if I got it.
To be fair, life in the age of carts for a dog would have been pretty good, because you can actually catch them.
Yeah.
They're not that fast.
Get out of the way pretty quick. Alright. If there's anything anyone else wishes to do, say so now, or else I will end the night.
Once once she wants to, we can both go. Sabella and I will go check if our home is fine. I mean, if she doesn't
Yeah,
want to,
your home is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no damage to it at all.
Wow, that's not good. Everybody else has like shit happen to them, and I'm just thinking, oh,
you guys
my
aren't
house is
like
fine.
you guys aren't quite like in town. You guys are
Yeah,
a little bit
Yeah.
out of the way.
that would make sense. That way I have like a closer distance. But yeah, oof.
Shockingly, you're
Before Sabella and Theodore disappear off, I'll invite them and everybody over to, well, not Fainland's house, but the house where Fainland grew up for dinner.
wait. Do we
oh.
check on our house?
We didn't check on ours, but it's so far sort of not there that it's probably fine.
But
Phelan, are you checking on your youngest brother at all?
At the docks would be quite nice.
Okay.
oh,
just had to invite them guys over to dinner, or else I'd have to.
I mean, it depends on my wife. I will. If she says yes, I'll say yes.
And she would indeed say yes.
Yeah.
She does not want to really prepare dinner at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, when the world is lit on fire, there's really no time to cook.
She's pretty exhausted, and you see that when she comes home after seemingly only like 15 minutes, she's already clean and pristine, which is quite usual for her, as she prefers to keep her outer beauty intact.
I will give her a massage at home.
Oh, baby. She seems to appreciate it quite a lot.
I am very dexterous.
And she falls asleep quite easily after only about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll follow her. I'll just sleep as well.
Okay. Phelan, you go check on your good old boy. It is now 10 o'clock. And you get to the docks. There's still quite a blaze. And you make it to the various areas around, and you can see all the inns and taverns around the edge of the docks have been burned up. There's nothing left. Rummaging around inside the rubbish, if you were to go in, you'd find bodies scattered about in the buildings. It's seemingly impossible to tell who is who in this mess. But anyone in here definitely died. You going home, you'd have no more information on your younger brother than you would have had before.
I let him know the state of the place he was staying.
Alright. And that is the night. And we'll take a 5-minute break.
Resident sleeper.
Pop that off. Pop that off. And put on some intermission.
Oh goddamn! Ow!
I'm back with sausage rolls.
Sausage rolls, motherfucker.
Sausage rolls. You know who else likes sausage rolls?
They're okay.
Reed?
Chuckle Brothers.
Nope.
No.
What is this? So you have like a roll with sausage in it?
So it's like you get a sausage, and then you bake pastry around it.
Oh, like pigs in blanket, or like those like.
No, pigs in blanket is a sausage with bacon around it.
Is it?
What?
I thought it was
Not.
pancake.
It's
No,
like pancake or bread.
Hang on.
In the States, anyway.
pigs in blankets are sausages with bacon wrapped around them.
Not in
There's
the
no
United
bread
States.
or. And you guys are wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Google image search has all exactly what I had in mind.
Yeah, pretty much that.
But there is some with bacon. There's a couple, but like the vast majority is with the bread.
That's because we're correct.
I mean, Google does agree with us.
Lydia, are you back?
Well, no, because your search results are based on your IP address,
I
which
know.
is in Retardsville, United States.
How dare you? If you search it, is it like with the bacon?
Let me check. Pigs in blankets. Yeah, every single result for me is with bacon.
Really? Well, when I
Yeah.
search sausage.
Oh,
biscuit-
wait. A couple. There's 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 40-ish. Oh, wait,
Okay.
4 out of 40 have
So then just Americans call them with the bread or like pancake around them, and then English people have it with bacon.
Yeah, 100% it's based on where you are Googling it, because I've got results from bbc.co.uk, sausage with blankets recipe, or great
Sausage.
Jamie Oliver, pigs in blankets recipe, all that good stuff.
Well,
So it's a load of English sites recommended to me because I'm English, Googling an English thing.
when I Google sausage biscuit, what comes up are like sausage McMuffins or like Jimmy Dean sausage biscuit type things.
Let me search sausage biscuit. McDonald's burger.
Hey, I got one thing that I think is what you're talking about. Hang on, let me post it. Is it that?
Let me check. No!
No?
It's sausage.
Well, I mean,
Literally
that's what
just
came on.
wrapped in bacon.
No, I'm not talking about pigs in blanket anymore. I'm talking about sausage biscuit. The thing you're eating right
Oh
now
no,
isn't that.
that's no, Jesus. Search sausage roll.
I'll search sausage roll. Oh yeah, you did say sausage roll, not sausage biscuit, didn't you?
Yeah,
They look kind of like taquitos.
that's what I'm eating now. But not as
Okay.
long as that.
You guys are making me hungry.
Right.
I'm making myself hungry and I'm eating a sausage roll.
I
It
am
doesn't make sense.
actually hungry and we'll get food after this is over. So
Go get some food now, Finn. Get a
it would
single
take-
chocolate
It will
bar.
take several minutes. We need to
Get your oyster
We've-
crackers.
you guys have done absolutely fuck all, and it's like 3 hours in. Although to be fair, it's been good.
You
role
killed
play.
all of our relatives, you
I
fucking
didn't- I
shitbag.
killed- I have potentially killed one relative.
Spoilers. You were gonna say you
You
killed
already killed all my relatives before the game
You
started.
rolled to kill your relative, and you still have a mother left. What are you talking?
Yeah, that's true. I do still have a mother.
And you may not like her,
But the entire halfling village, there's probably relatives in there.
probably not.
Probably.
Probably not.
Why do you say not?
Because I am the DM and I am the ruler of all NPCs that exist.
Oh my
I
god,
say
dare you.
no. No, I say.
I don't recognize your authority.
Bye, Dibble. See, that's what happens, folks. You kick from the game if you disagree with the DM. Just
You
kidding.
can't do that to me.
People got all quiet, like, oh shit.
Yeah, she's the one who talks the most.
Nani?
Finally put his foot down. No.
Uh-oh.
When we kicking blue.
What? Nani?
Only if I made a rule about no memes, he'd be gone like, but maybe the span of like a minute.
No, I can hold in my memes, I swear.
I don't think you can. If you can
No,
go,
I
if you can go till the end of the session without making a meme, then I will agree with you. And you're about to meme right now. I can hear you typing.
I'm typing nothing.
If you meme with types or voice or any other method, then you have
Hold
lost.
on, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
Looking for what?
A meme
You're
that
about to
He's
fits
looking
the
for a meme to
circumstance.
immediately lose.
No, it's a meme that means no memes.
Meme
It's
then.
still a meme.
Is
That
it,
does not.
don't let your dreams be memes.
Alright, no memes.
From this point forward, no memes.
Yes, that's the meme that means no memes.
Alright, alright. Rip happy music.
Oh
Engage
I like
sad. Engage
no! I
sad.
like it though.
Engage
I like
Kill
sad.
it.
Chocobo.
The Shackle Brothers, what?
This one?
Oh, I fucking love the chocolate.
Choco Brothers
Oh
and
my
Shake Sheets. Those are
God.
the things that Grass likes.
I've already played this one. I don't think I have. I
No,
did.
it's pretty good.
This is
Actually,
too
don't change
sad.
it. No, it's not sad enough.
I don't think I played this one.
No, I haven't heard it before.
So, loosen the jaw. Yeah. So the night is over. Everyone who ate at Finland has eaten. And what time does everyone wake up? I assume it's quite late, as
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. Well, I assume that you'd be
Go to
like
bed at
us.
1 a.m. Get up at 5. That's one trance. Come on, Airly, wake up!
I'm telling you, every morning, halflings don't live like that.
Tim's on the door. Oh my gosh. For those of you who get up early, you would see the carts going through the streets collecting those who have died.
Oh.
And it's not like ding ding ding, bring me your dad. It's more like people knock on the doors quietly. They ask if there's any dead loved ones, and if there are,
Put 'em
men
to
go
sleep.
and pick up the people.
You got any dead bodies?
No memes.
Don't make it a big deal. We're not trying to notify the whole town. Keep quiet.
Instead, they simply knock, ask if there's any casualties, and if there are, they're brought to a cart. It's kind of like there's slots, so they're not like piled up haphazardly. There's only enough room for like 3 or 4 people, dead people rather, per cart, and they're not stacked or anything. Then they're brought to a common area where they're laid out. Finland, if you were to go to the docks, you'd know that all the bodies were being carted out quite quickly to make sure that they weren't seen by all.
They're
looted.
unidentifiable anyway from all the burning, right?
Correct. Well, is there anything anybody else wishes to do in the now not on fire town?
Is there a way I can help in any way? I don't have anything like carpenter's tools or anything of the matter.
Unless you want to
Not
paint
right.
some murals, I guess.
I don't really.
Even then, not really.
Not really. No, that's not really helping. It's just more of an homage, really.
You could try and sell some of your paintings. There's a lot of footfall here right now.
Yeah.
It worked the last time, right? The last time we went to that burned village?
No,
That village
memes,
just
no,
devastated?
no,
Sold
guys,
it, it was fine.
guys. No
Listen,
memes.
it worked the first time.
No memes. I don't know what to help with. They're gathering dead people. It's not really something I do. I guess if my wife will go to the orphanage again to just see how the children are going, I'll join her. Help as much as I can.
Okay. You see that she's made. By the time you wake up,
I wake up early. I don't sleep in. So,
okay.
like-
By the time you wake up, she's made these very nice treats. They're kind of like lemon squares, except they have like crumbles on them, and there's some apple bits. This is clearly something that's meant to be a very sweet treat. Nice for kiddos.
Eat them all.
Oh,
No
how
memes.
kind
Put
of you.
paint on them, and it's like
No
it's-
memes, guys. No memes. Stop. No memes. All right.
You're the only one who's banned from the memes. We can meme all we want.
Yeah, but no memes. No memes though.
I'll meme when I want to meme.
No memes.
They meme responsibly.
How dare you? I meme responsibly. I can stop anytime I want. I'm showing you right now. No memes.
You think the meme's your ally?
I was molded by it, raised by it.
Oh, he just memed.
Oh,
Fucking-
you lost.
No memes. No memes. I just
It's like when you start a song lyric and
Listen.
people can't help but sing
it
along.
was simply a quotation.
You
I'll
Okay.
took
give you-
bait.
I'll give you one pass, but
You
was-
bait-
after
it was
this,
a quote.
it is 100% a meme.
No memes.
Gonna have to give him double secret probation.
Double secret probation. Yep.
Double
Probation.
secret
Double secret probation. Yep.
He's
it's
never had the
incredible.
double secret probation before.
Guys,
Never
stop
had it?
moving.
He's
It's
not gonna
like-
know
it's
what
like-
hit him.
It's like telling a smoker to stop smoking and everybody else is smoking. Like,
Listen, I had double secret probation once
Hey.
before. You don't want it. It's tough.
She only smokes in the other campaign. Okay.
I don't smoke in this campaign. No Nextoma in sight.
Anywho,
What do you mean it's bad for your health?
What do you mean it's bad for your health?
What do you mean? My voice always
Look at
sounded
my
like
beautiful locks, my beautiful Nextoma. I'm in pristine health.
My Nextoma.
I
really
sound
makes me
like
sexy.
Bill.
Every time I start talking in this campaign, I can't talk for a week after because it hurts my throat so much.
I don't have no neck.
It's not
I
that
don't have
bad.
neck.
It does hurt afterwards, but it's not that bad.
anywho,
Hey, I
we'll
don't have
continue
neck anymore.
before Blue memes. He's on double secret
memes.
probation.
No memes. Oh shit. No memes.
How many times are you gonna
No
post that
meme's gonna
meme?
become a meme. Watch. He says it enough times.
It's not
it
gonna
is
become a meme. I'm no memes.
Anywho, so you wake up in time to see her preparing these, and about 7 o'clock in the morning, she has
I'll help
fully
her
prepared
prepare.
them, and okay.
Yeah.
By 7,
You're
she's
gonna ruin it.
How
she has
dare
oh boy, another call. And she has prepared the lemon apple cakes, I guess is what you call them, and brings them to the orphanage. And you can see the kids enjoy this greatly. They've all been washed properly. And you see Farron overwatching the feeding process, making sure every kid gets at least one piece. You see there's
There's
enough for each kid to have a few.
Fuck you, Larry, you cunt. Share.
There's like
Shut
only
up,
one
don't
particularly fat, tall. No.
you.
Tries to eat the whole pan or something like that.
I was gonna say that, but
Larry, get in the fucking
there's
corner.
No memes. There's no memes. I
Listen,
can't.
we're allowed to meme. Only you're not allowed to meme.
Shut up. It's hard.
If you could meme responsibly, you wouldn't be baited into memes.
It's hard when everybody else memes. You just know.
Life isn't fair, kid.
I wasn't fair.
Shut up, Dibble. You're playing a halfling.
What?
Sure, you are the luckiest person there, even if you did lose your parents. Not quite as lucky there, but
That
you
is
know.
Yeah, too bad I couldn't re-roll those.
Ah!
Yeah, re-roll your parents being ones. Oh man. What a...
You got a new dad now, and he's way cooler.
I mean, he's not neutral evil, so there's that.
Am I?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know your alignment.
I mean, the rule of 2, you need one apprentice and a master.
Calling it now.
Anywho,
Gucci gang.
He's gonna be
Anywho.
evil.
evil. Sure then.
evil.
Carpenter evil. He's the worst kind. Builds buildings that kill cows.
Just good.
Anywho. So that happens. Farron is quite alive and well. And is there anything else anybody else wanted to do?
I wanted to check on Paco and make sure he's still alive.
Paco.
Check on Paco.
Go
Where's
around.
Paco?
Go yell.
Paco's the
Go
owl.
around and yell Paco
Ah.
incessantly
I'm going to.
until you hear. Like, can you respond to you telepathically?
No, he can't respond telepathically, but I can speak to him telepathically.
You hear his
That's
iconic hooing. It sounds like a much deeper than a. It's like a. No. No.
Are you okay?
The owl.
Paco's Adidas
I think
smoker.
he's hurt.
Paco smokes the weed. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, Erily, we must put him down.
No,
Paco.
Finn, you're slowing this game down by providing
Oh man. Anywho, Paco, you hear Paco's iconic deeper hoot, and he doesn't seem to come to you as he's just unwilling, but he does let you know that he is still.
Why don't you look for Dreamy Thomas?
I mean, I looked for him when we were running out of the town, and I didn't get an answer whether or not I saw him.
You did not see him.
He's not pretty anymore. Half his face is
Right?
Yeah.
All Scarface. It's not
I
Dream
can't-
anymore.
It's not Scarface, it's the other one, but I can't say it because it's a meme.
That's still memeing, just by
I'm just gonna describe the
omission.
meme and just not say any. It's
Oh
not
my
say anything.
gosh. Anywho, at noontime, a funeral session is held for those who died. You hear the town bell go off on
Resisting the urge to press a particular button for respect.
I'll do it.
Yes, please do it for me. You will be my vessel.
It's not for you though.
rip.
How dare you?
As the bell tolls,
That's my F.
Why don't you post another F?
No.
as for the town, you see at noontime a collection of people in all black, the women wearing veils and conservative dresses, and the men wearing black tunics, quite plain and conservative. Go circle around in the town square. You can see Farron. I knew this was gonna happen at least once. It's gonna be on a wooden platform right in the middle by the fountain, and she will speak a small prayer. Those who have fallen here today were the victim of a great crime. Not one of passion, but one of calculated, murderous intent. We have found evidence of a tribe of savages towards the north that have driven this beast to attack our two towns. And it is unfortunate on this day that I ask both for your mourning and for your vengeance, as I need some cunning warriors to sack this village of savages to make sure they don't impose this evil upon anyone else. What am I hearing in the background? Blue.
I think it's an attempted sandstorm out of his nose.
Oh, Blue, what are you doing?
I think he's trying to stay strong and not meme.
Well, mute yourself, for God's sakes, like, Jesus.
No memes!
Okay, do I see anybody like looking at me awkwardly when they're like, I see a group of savages to the north? Because that's where my halfling village was.
No, they don't seem to be looking at you at
And
all.
they were like, didn't they worship that? I forget what god I said they worship, but wasn't it like a god of like the like beasts and stuff?
Of lies, deception, and beasts, yes. No, that is not the savages.
I had nothing to do with this, guys. I promise.
Farron holds out a small tablet. Of blue stone. It's inscribed with a very basic rune. Which says, "This is how we know that it's the savages. And not just the monster. We found this emblazoned on the beast's scales."
Can I do the religion check to see if that looks familiar to me?
I can do that.
Sure. Multiple people. I'll allow 2 people to make a
Well,
Nice
I'm gonna
religion
waste-
check!
check. Nice religion check.
Listen,
Neither
at least
of
I'm
you
a
can
child. I
identify-
have an excuse not to know these things.
Neither of you can identify the ruin.
We wasted the religion checks.
I mean, I'm proficient, so I feel a bit bummed that I got
Oh.
pushed out
Oh no!
Sure, you can roll.
my own check.
I'm sorry. Hey!
Yeah, fuck off, you uncultured soul.
You identify.
I have more
Listen.
proficiency than
He
you,
knows
shut
all
up!
about Jesus.
Well, you rolled a 6, so I think that's mistaken.
This is not quite a. It's kind of like a mix of a religion and arcana check.
Too bad I
This
don't
is
do
not
proficiency.
really. This is not. This is not quite a like a religion following a god. This is more of a religion following a leader. You've seen this You've seen this very rarely on different goods that have come into the town. This is definitely a symbol of one of the tribes, one of the major tribes up north of Belmore, even towards the mountains.
Well, shall we do something about it?
They're asking for volunteers.
She just asked for volunteers.
Any volunteers? And there's like a minute silence, and then Blue raises his hands in anger. Oh, what are we gonna do about it? We need action.
I got inspirational speech clap.
And his
No,
wife's
that's a
head in
meme!
hand, like every time.
I just mean
Go
I'm
anywhere.
done. I'm done.
Yeah, you're
I'm
done.
so done.
Double secret provision.
I think you were done at the start. I just gave you a second chance, but I think we all knew you weren't gonna make it.
I
You
no,
even-
but
You didn't even
But-
make it past the hour.
To be honest, he was pretty generous to not say that all of this memes. If you scroll
I
up,
mean,
no memes with this guy's face. That I mean, he's pretty generous to say that wasn't a meme. That
once
was
you
a meme.
say I'm tempted to press a letter out of respect, it's technically a meme if you ask me, but whatever.
that is not a meme. I didn't
You're
say it.
memeing.
All right, we'll ignore that part.
I did not meme her. I did not.
Stop! Stop getting
You're tearing me
It
apart.
hurt.
It's time to stop.
You're tearing me
really hard.
apart, memes.
Stop! It's getting really hard to not meme.
People are dying. Quit with the memes.
People
They're
have died.
memeing. I'm not.
On a solemn day, you spray memes forth from your mouth.
Shut
Just be
up.
ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, but I'll raise my hand and volunteer.
Those of you
No,
who
you're
are-
not gonna say that Hunger Games meme.
As you raise your hand, your wife does the same. Does the same.
Clap!
In fact,
Oh,
She
no,
raises
what?
his
What?
hand.
what?
Get it, Bella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
we are Gank Squad.
She looks to everyone else, seemingly as if, questioningly,
that's it?
as if are you going to as well? It was kind of like a questioning.
Like, who's
expression
with
on her
me?
face.
I'll look to Airly.
I'm looking to him.
I lift her up so that she can put two hands up, one for each of us.
I'll put them both up.
Okay. We see Farron say we have 4 volunteers. Which I do not consider enough. Anyone else?
I volunteer.
She throws a rock
Calliope-
in the air.
Calliope behind you didn't notice her at first, but she raises her hand boldly.
Teleports.
Nothing.
Take me!
And see Farron nods, says, should be enough people. You are to scout and report if you believe that you can take the savages, and you should do so. No mercy, no prisoners.
No prisoners.
Interrogate anyone you find, but otherwise leave no prisoners. They are not worthy.
Oh. Very well.
And as the meeting is absolved, various people go to the graveyard to bury their dead.
So, are we traveling now?
Who are you asking?
No, I'm just asking everyone in general.
I don't know. I heard the same thing.
Is the bell still
Do we
going?
know if Farron's coming with us, or is she just sending us?
She's sending you.
Oh,
Trying to get the chicks, man. Anyways,
but Farron's so cute.
is the bell
How
still
swole
going?
does she look?
Pardon?
Is the
Is
bell
the
still
bell
going?
swole?
Yeah.
Oh, how swole does who look?
Yeah, just Farron look.
I mean, she's wearing fairly loose clothes.
Oh my.
Yeah, like the sleeves are fairly loose. The rest of her clothes aren't like super tight fitting or anything. She's not like looking for a mate, so she's not wearing like amazingly tight-fitting clothing.
She ain't no
Being
animal.
shot down? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying that she's not wearing the clothing typical of someone who is actively hunting for a man.
I'm not getting a stepmom? Is that what you're telling me?
She's not old enough.
How old is she?
And-
That's true.
82.
It's hard to tell
You're like double her age.
how strong she is through her loose-fitting sleeves.
So we know which direction we're going, but do we have some sort of plan in engaging this? Possibly quietly, maybe set up an ambush.
Ambush what exactly?
The tribe to the north that sent this
I mean,
monster.
I assume that they live in their homes. We're not going to be able to surprise them with an ambush in their own home, in their own tribe.
And there's not very many of us here. I mean, we're going to be far outnumbered if they're a whole tribe. We're all.
We need to get information on them first. Where exactly they live, how many they are in numbers, how they keep spawning these insects. Perhaps
That's true.
we should also head
They,
to Belmore once more, and maybe divert to Coldbreak. There's the northernmost settlement that we know of.
so
Maybe we-
which direction is the tribe from Wolfwater? Sorry, like
It's
Arrow-
north of us. It's near the mountains.
So it's just this, like in
It's
this.
about
straight line.
Aiden's.
You haven't caught the direct spot where they are. All you know is
About
that it's towards the
6.2
north in the
ones.
mountains.
Is it on our side or the other side of the mountains in
I've not
Overframes?
asked anyone yet.
Ah, okay. Get info.
Well, she'll brief us, right? She should.
Well, currently she's dealing with those who are mourning, but you can always ask at any point.
We should also try and gather what supplies we can. Or we're trying to stop this. I mean, they should be able to put together something for us. Rations, potions. Who knows how long we'll be gone for?
That is true. How much is a backpack entirely?
I don't know. I got one.
Let me get
Don't
out
have to
my
worry
shop
about
catalog
that.
real quick. You should
'Cause
you should have gotten one if you
Dripping
could.
with backpacks.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do I have to trade in my Nat 20 painting for a backpack? Let's see.
A backpack is. Let's see. Where does it tell? Backpack is 2 GP.
Not just the backpack, but like the entire kit. Doesn't it give us like there's like a full kit with a price?
Let's see. What kit were you looking to get?
Explorer's kit. Cause that makes the most sense.
We'll just say 10 gold for the moment. I'm not interested in going and tallying up every bit.
Oh no. There's an actual
They have prices
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
of the kits.
Explorer's pack has 10 GP, so 10 GP
Oh, that was
for
right on the mark.
backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, torches, days of rations, water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope. So I'll
So I was
buy.
right on the mark, huh?
Yeah.
How about
You're
that?
Nailed
Good
it.
job.
Nailed it. How about them apples?
Alright, so I'll put in every single one because I feel like I'm gonna need every single one, especially at level 1. Like Jesus. Alright. Yeah, I'll buy it with.
Is that Theodore's set of mind? I'm only level 1. I need as much as I can get.
Who knows what I might run into?
You gotta be prepared for everything, man.
Matt,
Yeah, so I'll buy an explorer's pack and I'll ask if Sabella wants anything or any gear. I can just buy her.
Okay. Let's see.
Actually, I can only buy her another explorer's pack because all the other ones are expensive. That's why I specifically got the explorer's one. That's the cheapest.
Sure. She'll take an explorer's pack. Why not?
Alright, I have 5 GP left. Kind of sucks, but whatever.
What about your bank?
I do, but I don't. I mean, I'm not the guy. I'm not the dude that puts in money just to pull it out the next day. Like,
Have you altered the money in your bank?
no, I had 25 on me.
Okay.
I mean, the bank's the rainy day fund for a reason. Do you not consider the entire place burning down enough of a rainy day? Could me and Airly scavenge up some stuff from my house outside of town? Anything we might need to live?
Like rations or what?
I mean, I'd put a load of food in the freezer before we...
Yeah, it's presumed
When-
you'd have any kind of rations you'd need. At least a week's worth. Generally speaking.
And spare clothes as well.
Yep. It's your house, your home.
Nice.
I assume she's lived there for a small period of time anyway.
It only gives us 10 days of ration. Oof. Is that gonna be enough? It's 8 uns forward. Or how many uns is it? 6 days on. 6 days?
You could buy more
Every
rations.
day is a day by cart.
You said
Oh
7
my
days
God.
of rations?
It only gives us 10 days of ration for the explorers pack.
I mean, we have as much as I would have in my house
I'm also good at scavenging too.
between us.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
point.
true.
I will.
Oh, no, you don't know that.
No,
I
I mean
do.
no.
I know I got
not
powers,
about-
and I
not
spent
about her,
like forever
but, like-
on my own in the woods. I'd go back and forth. I wasn't there just dying.
Yeah, I know that
Ooh.
Theodore's like, oh, I don't have to buy
Oh, that's
rations.
true.
I know that
No,
Airly can
no,
scavenge
I'm not
food.
talking
for
about
me.
you. I'm like thinking what I can do because
Oh.
I have survival as a skill and animal handling, but I don't think that's really gonna help me.
We could get a cart. Carts aren't very expensive, are they? Because I know in my Curse of Strahd game we bought a cart and a donkey and it wasn't much. But it just depends if Wolfwater actually has them for sale.
That would be quite slightly unlikely. I mean,
Well, given the whole place is burned down, there's a lot of stuff that used to
So-
belong
so
to
a cart
people
is-
that doesn't
so
anymore.
a cart plus donkey is 23 gold.
See, that's not much. We could get a cart between us.
I want to ask though, just see before we start spending all our money, just see what we can get for free, like just for helping the town in order to try and help the town. What can they throw together for us, basically?
What are you asking? I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask Farron if there's anything that we can take with us, anything that can be useful on our trip.
Rope. Let's see what comes in the explorers pack.
Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of ration, a water skin, and 50 feet of rope.
I'd say you could probably get an explorers pack together. If you want it for simplicity's sake, just to say that you have an explorers pack, it's fine.
Okay.
This is a well-established house that's been lived in pretty thoroughly.
No
I'd assume
weapons.
that you'd have some.
I'm talking about
I
Farron.
guess-
I'm asking.
Whoa! No weapons in the house, young
Oh, I
man.
know. That's
I
why
don't
I'm saying I'm
think-
asking
I
Farron.
don't think Phaedon would be carrying around weapons in the house, but
I know. I'm not.
Farron, you're asking for weapons from Farron.
Yeah. Anything that can be useful on our trip.
Wait.
I wasn't asking for like our house for the explorers pack even.
Wait, just for clarification, do we get explorers pack from Farron or do I buy them myself?
Well, you already
bought
bought
yours
them.
already.
right?
Yeah, you
You
already
can
bought
get
yours.
another one.
Like, does she provide us more rations? That's all I want, more rations, really.
You already spent your money.
What do you...
It's
I'm-
gone.
If you go up and ask her after Airly's done with her event, then you might be
Yeah.
able to get another second pack.
You go up to Farron after waiting for her to finish talking to an older couple. They seem to be human. It's hard to tell under the woman's veil, but after they walk away, you can hear some sobbing from the woman. And Farron looks to you. Who's asking the questions?
Me.
Looks down. She bends down a little bit to talk to you more like level. She says, "Yes, what can I do for you, dear?"
Well, we were trying to get things together to prepare for the trip. I'm just concerned if we run into that creature again, we're not equipped to deal with it. We were sitting ducks
The
last
creature
time.
is gone, my dear. Did you not know?
But we thought that last time. What do you
No,
mean it's gone?
It's gone for good. Savras fought it and thankfully won, thus sustaining any injuries.
I didn't know that.
Savras is gone.
I know. Why we're impressed with Savras now. Well, I mean, we don't know what we're gonna encounter on the way, anyways. I just feel like I need something for security.
What do you mean, my child?
Give me your weapons. I mean, like, I don't know, anything that can be of use. I've never had to do something like this before. I just want to make sure that we're not just going to our death.
Well,
If they can do this to and like turn an animal like that on their side, who's to say they can't do it to any other creature? Who's to say they don't have
well,
ones
you're
that
not
are
really
prepared
going
for it?
there to explicitly fight them. You're supposed to be just scouting them out. But if you can fight them,
You have also told us to interrogate people, which is a lot harder to do if unarmed than it is.
well, if you need arms, I can definitely have a blacksmith provide you some.
Be appreciated.
Wasn't sure quite what you meant.
Arms, just
as she
anything
says this, she asks, "Well, what arms did you want exactly?"
I think I want something that I would be able to fight it without getting too close. Maybe like a
Like-
bow.
A bow? We have some short bows.
I can take that.
Is that because of her size?
I know, right?
I'm not sure what she's equipped to deal with. The longbow is quite a difficult weapon to use. Requires quite a bit of strength in the arm and shoulder. But
Also,
if
it's a
you-
hell of a lot more expensive.
Yeah. At a game, I'm proficient with both.
Okay.
No, but
She's
like,
giving you a short bow.
Okay.
So.
it's like half. Yeah.
Well, she's like making an excuse, like, well, I mean, I don't know if your little halfling arms can take it. Say we don't got a longbow. You take a short one.
How many arrows does she get? Because the quiver.
Oh, it's
holds-
heavy. I would have disadvantage. I'm small.
A quiver can hold 20 arrows, I believe.
That is correct. It's
So
assumed that if she's giving her a bow, she's gonna give her some arrows. That's kind
Yes.
of a given. Here,
20
young
bow-
child, here's a toy bow. No arrows or anything.
no arrow.
Have
No,
fun
it's
on
just,
your adventures.
it's one of those. It's one of those bows where like the bottom, like the top of the bow is like the suction cup thing, and it's just,
Anywho, she looks at you, Phelan, and what would you want?
I have a family heirloom. I should be fine. I mean, unless you have anything spare.
No. If you don't need anything, that'll be fine. I will have a blacksmith deliver those to you as soon as possible before you leave. Are you staying? Where are you staying? May I ask? I've not seen you in the orphanage lately.
I've been staying with Phelan.
Chain her in the basement, you see.
Were you saying that in character?
Yeah.
Farron gives
Because I know how touchy Farron gets when I joke about the orphan.
This is why she
Farron
doesn't
gives
like
you
you.
a pretty deep frown. He says, "Very well."
when you try to get a lady, and then you make dark humor that she knows she's not gonna like.
I think she likes it on the inside.
Wow, that sounded rapey. Phrasing. Anywho,
He's just joking. His humor is like that.
Oh,
Don't
don't
mean
much
anything
appreciate that humor. Find it
And I think you do.
really quite prude.
bad. There's the small passive aggressive comment.
Well, we're not all perfect, are we?
Some less so than others.
oh, savage! You just hear.
And with that, she gathers herself and walks away.
uh,
Yeah, I don't think so. Just
oh, no.
Walk away from me.
I hit.
It's over when I say it's over.
Bam bam. Oh shit! I
my
can.
gosh.
I can actually punch someone immediately out unconscious because of my double attack.
Whoa. That's nice to know.
But yeah. Can I look for Faerun after they talk to her?
Yeah, you can see she's still talking to people in the town square.
I'll like wave her and like try and get her to talk.
Okay. So she speaks to you. Yes. What can I do for you?
Sibylla and I would like to ask for, we've purchased our own supplies for the trip. However, we'd like for a little bit more, possibly just more torches and more rations. We don't know how long we'll be gone, so it's best to be safe about it.
I'll have someone deliver those to you before your journey is over. Or begins, I apologize. I'm a little bit out of
Thank you.
sorts.
Thank you. And then, for the rest of before our travel, I shall take out my painter's tools and power paint. Ha! Boom!
Where are you painting and what are you painting?
I am painting.
The dead orphans lying in the street.
No, what the fuck? No, I will.
What else are you gonna paint?
I will. What was I gonna do? I'll paint the town and like I will paint the building with the bell on it and just.
You mean maybe a bell tower?
Yeah, I will paint the bell tower and like slightly exaggerate it to look more epic in a way, just to inspire me.
So you're whipping out your painter's tools amidst people who are mourning their loved ones and painting a bell tower.
I don't know where to paint it from though. That's the thing.
I mean, I'd be questioning the act itself rather than the method that you go about it, but okay.
Alright, that makes sense. Alright, I'll just. I don't want to paint.
If you want to do it in character, it's fine, but no.
I don't know where to paint. Fuck it. I'll paint the I can't go to the ocean side. Everything's on fire. I will paint the house. I'll paint my home.
You'll paint your home. Okay.
Yeah. It's mostly
You paint your fairly quaint one-level home. You've done this several times before, so you've managed to get the shape pretty well. Nothing too special about the painting itself. Picture of a house.
Alright, don't worry. Alright, there we go. I just wanted to paint something before we go. Just because lol. Not really lol, but just another one for the road.
Okay.
How do you plan to transport it on said road?
I have a backpack.
So you could just
You're gonna put your wet
painting.
Yeah.
Nice mess kit. Fucking paint.
Oh my gosh. Well,
So did Farron tell us anywhere to meet? Is she going to brief us? Because at the minute it's just like, is anyone volunteering? Yes, that's it.
as Calliope, did you want to engage with Farron at all? And ask for supplies or buy supplies or anything? Calliope's apparently dead. Who knew? Died in the fire.
Hello,
Overnight.
Lydia!
Oops. I
There
muted
we go.
myself.
Talking while doing this.
Died in the fire overnight. Who knew? Okay.
Is there anything salvageable from the bar that I can take with me, or?
Not really.
No wheelchair.
Nothing you'd really want to use.
Father probably doesn't need it. She'll make better use.
Okay, well I'll go buy a pack too.
Okay. 10 gold.
10 gold for a lot of resources. Honestly, it's such a good bargain.
Alrighty. Everyone who volunteered, we're gonna be skipping the nighttime, assuming you guys don't want to do anything.
Well, I wanted to see too about getting what about getting a mule like Finland?
You need to get a mule.
A mule.
Mule like Fainless.
Fainless have a mule?
It has to look like Payman exactly. Like the face, the body type.
Well,
Like
it's
It's
already
really got
the
the
ears.
long ears.
Yeah, I'll say it's already got the ears.
Yeah.
Does Fainlin actually have a mule?
Well, he brought it up.
No, I said that we can get a mule.
It's
That's
20
what I was
it's
saying. We could buy a mule and a cart.
It's 23 gold in total. So
Yeah, but between us, with all of our in savings,
yeah, no,
Everybody pitch
I'm
in
not.
a bit?
I'm not
never
saying.
I'm a
just saying.
child, and I shouldn't have to pay for it.
No, I'm just saying it's a cheap ride. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
It also means we don't have to think about the map scale every time we travel. It's like, it's 7 uns, which is 7 days by cart, but what is that by foot? You know, like, it just saves us so much trouble.
Yeah.
We can store all our stuff in it as well, because it's a cart.
And a mule is literally like 8 GP, so... Not a
Yeah.
problem.
But we gotta
So-
worry about feeding it too.
I mean, there's grass along the way. It's not exactly a difficult thing to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you can.
He'll eat grass.
It'll survive.
Cannibalism.
Alright, so Calliope and Theo, I'd be knocking on your door asking for 7 gold towards the cart fund.
I have 5 gold left. You can have it if you want.
I know you to have considerable savings in your account. Don't
There's no
try
way
and
you know.
shortchange
Literally
me
asking
as you do your
for my
wife.
fucking savings.
We bank at the same bank.
As
I've
as
seen you
these
go in
agreements-
with pouches
hold
upon
on, as
pouches
this
of gold.
agreement starts,
Every time you go
and
there,
you
just
see the two men bickering over coin. You see his wife, like, as she like passing with a laundry basket, take 2 coins out of her coin purse and hand them over and continue on her way.
Thank you very much, Isabella.
She gives you a short wave as she continues around the corner with her laundry
Give her
basket.
a wink. No.
I think you got an in guy. She's
I
getting
will.
tired of
I
him.
know, right?
Squeeze right in on there.
Alright, and then next up is the tavern. A little bit of a knock
Okay,
there.
you're gonna
On the
as you
Calliope.
go to knock on the door, you notice, wow, there is no door. It's
Ah,
out in the
oh,
street.
shit.
Oh no!
Wow, it's
it
like
seems like he got knocked out.
Just
like
give,
three-fourths
give the
of the
dog a
building
good
is
old whack.
gone.
He'll make a noise. Oh no! There.
hey guys, it's like 3/4 of the building is gone.
Well, it's not quite 3/4. The upper part is pretty much gone, and the front is pretty demolished.
Yeah, so 3/4.
I mean, it
say
depends on
about
what the
half.
size of the house.
It's about a half, I'd say. It's not like 3/4. There's still a considerable amount of building there. So you
The bell's still
go
ringing.
in, you step over the crash door to collect 7 gold from the poor people who live here.
Whoa.
Hey, you see like a tax collector.
Finland the tax collector right here.
Listen, it's
Phelan, the guy
all of
that's
us.
spending more money on the cart than he's asking from you guys. He's let you off 3 gold each.
Wait, I thought you were
And I'll
charging
buy
7 gold each.
7 from those two, which is 14.
Oh, okay.
The cart's 23, so that means I'm paying 11, and they're only paying 7.
Okay. So how
7
much
Eleven.
Not even.
for Calliope?
You want 7 from everybody except my own daughter because she's fucking 6.
I don't need to pay.
Calliope, you see a familiar elf walking in your doorway, or what's left of it. Jingling his little coin
Arcway.
purse saying, 7 gold, please give.
I'm not saying that.
Twisting his mustache.
All I've done is knock on the door. Where's this
There's
shit
no
coming
door.
from?
It's on the ground.
No, he knocks.
Yeah, I knocked on the door on the ground outside.
He knocks the
Don't be
space
polite.
in between.
You hear a knocking on the door. Well, the door.
Are the bells still going, by the way? I just realized that I still hear them.
Yeah,
I've
the
been
bells
putting
are
them
better.
out.
It's the still. People are still mourning.
Okay. I don't mind them. I just noticed they're still going. I was like, wow, really? Still?
Yep, people are still mourning.
Wow, still people are
How
sad
dare
about
they-
their dead
How dare
children.
they mourn for half a day?
I didn't know bells were required to mourn.
They are. This time they are.
Blue just finds this kid, punches him like, get over it, you fucking cunt. I didn't lose anything, so you should be sad
Look at
either.
me, I'm not sad about crying. Grow up.
I didn't lose anything. Neither should you.
Immediately starts painting.
Is
his
Calliope
crying
in?
face.
I assume she is.
Yeah, so, what can I do for you?
We're pulling together a fund to purchase a mule and cart so we're able to travel up north if you're still volunteering.
Yeah. What do you need?
Just 7 gold from all the people travelling, and then we should have a mule and cart, a bit of food for it on the road as well.
All right. I'll hand it over. And can I ask a favor from you?
Not a problem. What can I do?
You're good with your hands, right? You could
He blushes.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Anyway, my dad's chair, we lost it in the fire. If you wouldn't mind, helping make him a new one.
No problem at all, and I could even put the front door back on whilst I'm at it.
Oh, well, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
The front door, but the wall doesn't stand. Just the door
I
there.
was thinking just a
There's
freestanding door in the middle of the place.
No, there is some.
You
there's
just
some
prop it up
front
against
left.
a rock.
There's some front left, but the windows are all shattered and broken. I mean, there's considerable holes in the front.
Alright, so I actually have the schematics to build his wheelchair, because I did ask her for them before. That you completely brain lapsed.
Yep.
And you're like, what? He never had a chair. So can I attempt to build a budget wheelchair?
Sure. Roll me.
Or as long as it takes...
You said you already had the schematics?
I think I did.
Yeah,
I
you
asked
asked
for them.
for 'em.
I don't know if I
It's
ever
fine.
got
Roll
them in
with
the end.
advantage.
Carpenters or wood carvers?
Carpenters. Yeah, you managed in the span of only 2 hours, scrounging from the wood that is nearby, that it's not totally burned up. You managed to create a fairly decent wheelchair that you've kind of cobbled together. You feel like this would last them quite a while until you get a more permanent one, either made of metal or made of materials that are not entirely scrapped.
There's no description for alchemist tool in the PHB. It's
For your imagination, and also Xanathars has tools in detail.
oh,
Alright,
it's
so
not.
with the wheelchair
God, I'm
made,
retarded. Of course, Xanathar. Xanathar.
I'll
Ah,
wheel it out into the main room of the pub, sort of like display it super proudly to Calliope.
Alright. Calliope, you see in front of you a wooden chair. You can see there's some blackened areas from the wood that was scrapped that was a little bit burned, but otherwise it seems entirely structurally sound. It has little working breaks on it, and it feels like this is a pretty decent chair for your father for a period of time until he gets a more permanent one.
which section is the tools for the thing?
You can look it up after the session is over. We're only a few minutes away.
Oh, right. Sorry. Continue.
This is great. Thank you so much. I feel a lot better about leaving him here now that he's got a way to get around.
And not to worry, is the dog, what's his name? Scruff?
Hmm.
Is he coming with us, or is he to stay with your father?
I think he should stay with my dad. He's, this place is pretty banged up. He could use a guard dog, I think.
I know Everly's awful fond of animals, but I think she was planning to bring an owl along or something, so I didn't want to worry about the dog chasing it, or perhaps even the owl chasing the dog.
No, he'll stay with my dad.
I'd like to see him try.
Wow.
Wow.
Errol,
Drop over a cliff.
Errol's a savage. She's just like, no.
That's not me. I'm a nice, sweet, young little halfling girl. It's just Paco.
No, you're like.
I have no control over what he does. Not yet.
You're a yandere.
I like that at no point Everly's even been like, oh, I should check on fucking Mr. Cos.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about him. I literally entirely 100% forgot. Finn was like, alright, anybody want to ask about somebody? Are you sure you don't want to check on anybody? Like, yeah, I'm fine. I got Paco. I entirely forgot. I can't believe he just like 100% went for my brain. Is he dead or not?
As you venture your way over to the map maker shop, you see it is entirely intact and closed.
Okay. He probably feels so hurt. Or either he's really hurt that I didn't check on him, or worried out of his mind that I just died some.
You're gonna go check up on him.
I imagine he's more worried about you.
I'm gonna knock on the door. I feel bad. Help.
You don't hear anything.
He doesn't live there? It's just like a shop?
Yes, just a shop.
Okay.
You know where he lives, right?
Yeah, do I know where he lives?
I don't know, do you?
I should. I've known him since I was 13.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna go over to his house.
Okay. Go over to his house. You can see it's locked as well.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna
Nice.
knock.
You knock, and after waiting a bit, you notice that no one answers.
Uh-oh.
Does he live alone? Do I know this?
You know that he lives, with his wife.
Do I know, like, I don't know what she does for a living, where she might be?
You know that she's usually a stay-at-home woman. Goes about town and does things to keep busy, but...
I'm gonna yell, Mr. Kosk! And knock again. Harder.
no response.
Nobody's around his house?
Not really, no.
I'm gonna go try and find Fainland.
Okay.
And when I run into him, I'm gonna say, "Do you know where Mr. Kosk is? I was just trying to find him, and the shop's locked. His house is locked. I wanted to say goodbye."
I look over at Calliope. Do you know anything of Mr. Kosk?
Ulrich Kosk, the local cartographer.
I haven't really met him.
She doesn't meddle with nerds.
Would you like to meet him?
Sure.
Then let's try and find him. In before next session is an entire session looking for Mr. Kosk. Finn's like, no, he wasn't there, so it saved time, but it didn't work.
I know where he is.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find Farron, because I imagine she knows, like, who is still missing, who's reported dead, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so us three will try and find Farron.
Alright, so you're going to talk to Farron.
Yeah.
She's still in the town square. And at this point, it's about 1 o'clock.
Farron?
Oh, yes, my dear. Did you need something else?
Yeah, I was trying to find Mr. Kosk, but he's not home and he's not at the shop.
Well, I have some unfortunate news for you.
Oh no!
He is mourning the loss of his wife in the graveyard.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
I thought it was gonna be worse. Oh.
She wasn't able to make it out?
Unfortunately, she was killed at the festival by the monster. I hear it was a quick death, so she did not suffer any.
Right.
It is highly
I
unfortunate.
put a hand on Airly's shoulder.
Thank you for telling me. I think I better try and find Mr. Kosk then.
Yes, he should still be visiting her grave.
Thank you.
I do apologize for having to break the news, but...
I'm just gonna nod and then walk away towards the gravesite.
Okay. You walk away to the gravesite. It's about a 30-minute venture out to the edge of town. And there you can see a pretty large group of people who are collecting around the entrance. The graveyard is fairly basic. It's a wrought iron fence all the way around it. You can see you've probably gone past it before at some point in your life. Usually it's quite empty. You know that in this town, a lot of people tend to have their bodies cremated and the ashes spread around somewhere else, or kept in a jar. But for some reason, they decided to bury the bodies. Maybe as a more honorable, or maybe to come and visit their families. It's hard to tell, but there's quite a few people here collecting at the entrance. People going in and out, lots of tears being shed, and you can see Mr. Kask towards one of the corners, kneeling down with his head pressed against the marble tombstone. Instead of an upright one, this is more horizontal, so it's laid into the ground.
Do I see any like flowers on the floor around, like wildflowers that I could pick?
You see flowers all around that have been picked and put by the wrought iron fence on the outside.
But
And
none
on
that
the-
I could pick?
You could pick up a bundle, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I don't mean like taking those. I mean like wildflowers that are growing out of the ground, not bundles that are people.
No, you don't see any of those.
Could I have bought some on the way over? Like, I'm assuming.
Sure.
Because we knew we were going to the cemetery to see a grieving
Yeah,
man.
you could buy some for 1 GP.
Fucking 1 GP for
Yep.
flowers. I even have silver and copper in the game, my friends.
Well, I mean, you're asking for flowers after people have bought most of them up.
So they're doing the capitalist pig stuff that
Yeah.
fucking Theodore's expertise is in.
I'm not a capitalist.
Alright,
Thank you.
I will pay extortionate money for flowers on short notice.
Okay.
And I'll give them to Airily before we arrive.
I'm gonna just walk up to Mr. Kosk and put the flowers beside the grave that he's. Yeah. Just put a hand on his shoulder and not say anything.
He seems to look away in kind of shame that someone has seen him here crying over his wife. And he gets up, sniffles quite a few times, and simply walks away. Doesn't have any words.
Oh boy.
Mr. Kosk. They turn around.
Doesn't turn around. He's about to round the corner to leave the cemetery.
I'm just gonna let him.
I don't fucking think so.
Walk
Really?
away from my daughter? How dare you?
Don't walk away.
No, fucking turn your nose up at my
You see
door.
him take his ring off of his finger, give it a quick look, and chuck it as far as possible into the forest before putting his hands in his pockets and leaving.
Can I try and go find it?
We run after it immediately.
I saw the
If
direction
you
it was
wish to
thrown.
find it, please roll me investigation.
We're dragging Calliope along as well.
What?
Calliope, you can search if she wishes.
Calliope, really? Calliope, please.
Oh, come on, we're way past the point of no return here.
Between the two of you, you do manage to find it, as it didn't really leave your eyes for very long. You find the simple gold band. It seems to have some kind of lettering in a language you do not understand. Actually, hold on. What
Are you
language
sure?
Do you have? I'm double
Telepathy?
checking.
I don't speak shit.
Yeah, you don't
Halfling
speak
English.
shit.
Early, you do understand this language.
Oh, whoa! What language is it?
It is your unknown language.
Nani?
Listen, I'm just more special than all of you guys. Let's just move faster.
No, you're not.
What does it
I mean-
say?
I mean,
It
special.
simply has around the inside of the band. It has 2 words: faith and love. And if you were to examine the grave, you could see that a ring atop of the tombstone, assumingly belonging to the wife, as it is a smaller ring.
Okay. Man, I'm worried someone's just gonna steal it. I'm gonna leave it there though.
What?
Okay.
I can't take his ring. I mean, okay, I'm taking the ring he threw into the woods because I feel like he did that out of anger and is gonna regret it. The ring that's on top of the gravestone, I'm leaving there. That's what I'm saying. He said the ring was also on top of the gravestone, right? His
Correct.
wife's one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the wives there, but I feel like him throwing it out into the woods was out of anger, and I
Walk.
feel like I'll want it back later.
Okay.
Oops.
I'm keeping the ring. His ring.
All
Should I
right.
take both of them? I'm gonna ask Phelan.
Apparently, all my tools give me advantage on like research, which is pretty good. They're all,
And also relevant to the current scene.
yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it
After I
once
told
we
your
start
sorry
tracking.
ass to do it after the session.
I'm gonna say to Phelan, what should we do with this?
If he truly wished her ring to be on the gravestone, perhaps we should leave it, though. I think perhaps you could do something nice for him. Perhaps a necklace of both the rings. Perhaps you could draw. You've seen her before. Perhaps you could draw them together. I could frame it. Calliope could. What could you do to add to this?
I'm proficient in disguise kits. I can dress up as the wife and pose for you.
Wow, that's the most.
Yes, one last night with his wife.
Jesus.
That's truly what he needs.
So I'm gonna.
I think we could make him something nice. Something better than just throwing it to the woods and leaving it here for... My house was robbed. I do not believe this will stay here for long. Cemetery people will respect it for a few days, but
Yeah.
not for long enough.
Grave robbers and such.
I'll take it and I'll put it in my inventory.
What the fuck is happening? What?
We're not looting the place. I promise. It's not what we're doing.
No, I mean, I mean, my thing is broken and it's clicking on calligrapher's tools no matter where I go.
Refresh the page.
Close your sheet. Yeah, close your sheet and open it up again.
Okay, the unknown language. Do I see what script it's written in? I speak Common, Halfling, Elvish, and the unknown language.
Yeah, this is a pretty ancient script. It's kind of similar to Elven.
Okay.
It's quite elongated and it's kind of like cursive, except imagine cursive without all the looping from letter to letter.
Okay.
Do I know that you speak an unknown language, or is it given to you by
Yeah, it was given to me by the thing.
Okay.
By my gem. So, I mean, did I even knew that I understood this language up until this point?
We have a
You
necklace.
comprehend it. You're
Neck
just
band.
not sure
Just-
how or why.
Yeah, but this would be my first time encountering a language, so this is my first time, like, what? I can read this language, right? Because before this, I've never encountered the language. I have no reason to know that I speak it or understand it.
That is correct. You'd be surprised that you could understand it.
I'm gonna try and read what it says out loud. And I'm able to do it?
You mangle the pronunciation, but you feel as if with some practice you could probably get it down pat. It's like kind of using a language you've not used in quite a few years.
Mhm.
It's like riding a bike. You never truly forget, but it does take a little bit of practice to get back into the groove.
I'm gonna pat her quite hard on the back because I assume she was coughing.
I'm okay. I was just reading this.
It's just scribbles. It's just artisanal designs on a ring. There's no words there.
It means faith and love. I can read it.
You incite your own daughter. Shit!
Listen, I've always been good at lying to you.
Doesn't seem much
Look
lying.
how good I was.
We're so good at lying to each other, neither of us see through it.
We don't know
ever.
each other's tells because we just never spot them.
I'm sure you do. But we still have this jewel necklace. Well, there's no jewels on it. It's just a plain gold neckband. We could put both rings on it.
I think that would be special. I think he'd like that. But I think if we give it to him now, he's just gonna throw it again. Maybe he needs time to mourn, and then he'll probably be happy then. that it's saved.
Likewise, we don't want him to already regret his decision and he'd fumble in the mud for the next 6 hours
True.
for a ring that we've found.
Are we leaving today or are we leaving tomorrow?
I assume that you're leaving as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, don't have enough time to give him a night and then give it to him.
Up to you.
What if we give him an hour and then go find him? Enough to cool down from any temporary anger. If he then wishes to throw it again, so be it.
That sounds fine. In the meantime, I'll just draw him that picture. Maybe I can dictate it to Theodore.
Perhaps. Let's see if we can find him. He was at his house last I checked, trying to get out of paying for things.
I wasn't. I was just like, you don't walk up to someone and...
Claiming to be poor and have nothing but 3 gold to his name.
No, I did
When
not.
he's
A
the
man who-
only one in town who managed to get out without a burnt house. And he's talking.
No,
you
I-
walked
I-
into my home and was like, do you have some gold on you? I said, yeah, sure, I have 5. And then, sorry, I don't have the 7. And you're like, well, can you get money from your savings? And I'm like, Jesus.
Well, no. You said I said we need 7 gold for a cart so we can leave tomorrow. You said, oh, I only have 5.
I said I only have 5
I'm like,
on
I've
me.
seen you go to the bank.
I said I only have 5 on me. Jeez.
But yeah, let's go to Theo's house.
Okay.
I use my tinderbox to burn it down.
Jesus.
Just knock on his... Yeah, fucking teach him.
He has a lot
Look
of
at my
pent up
daughter.
anger.
Yeah, Phelan is...
Phelan lost a brother today! He was too young.
Phelan is an
That
emo.
really is sad. He's the youngest.
We'll watch Phelan slowly degrade into an actual rogue as each member of his family dies.
Oh right.
Or is murdered.
Well, some of his family aren't even in town. Oh wait, never mind.
One was in your dad's cult.
Oh, were
I
they?
like that link. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, the dude-
Was one of the middle ones, Quinn.
Wait a second. Do I know what happened to the prison here? Was it burned down?
The prison was not burned down. It's made of stone.
Okay, well, that's good. She's still there. She belongs.
Was it slow cooked?
No, it was not.
Did anybody die of smoke inhalation?
Nope.
What? Oh yeah, I mean, there's still like, I still have that dude that hates me or something. He might come back eventually, but...
I mean, you haven't heard anything about the prisoners dying of smoke inhalation.
Well, I mean, most people die of smoke inhalation in fires. So even though it wasn't burned down, it's a possibility.
So they're visiting me? Well,
Are you gonna go visit the
Yeah.
prison?
No, I'm not visiting.
No, Theo. He still unless Theo lives in the prison now.
plot twist,
Crimes against
plot
humanity.
twist, I am a prison warden.
No, you're just there for being a dirty
Right.
capitalist, always trying to sell your stuff.
Knock, knock, knock on Theodore's door.
Which is intact. I'll open. I said, yes? Is there something wrong, or are we leaving soon?
I push Airily forward a little bit.
Do you know Mr. and Mrs. Kosk?
Yes, I've heard of them.
Well, Mr. Kosk lost his wife in the attack. And I was thinking we were all trying to do something for it. I mean, I found his ring, and I was going to draw a picture, and I thought, well, you know, maybe you could draw a picture, and I could describe to you what she looked like. So we all do our parts, that way he's not so upset about it.
I shall do that. This is calligrapher's tools? Oh boy, Monkas.
Wait, why does it have to be calligrapher's tools? You're painting
Oh,
it.
you want me to paint it? I'll just
Yeah.
describe it. Wait,
Yeah.
this...
Like, if you...
Yeah, we've seen your fucking calligrapher's tools in action.
I'm not a good calligrapher. Alright. I mean, it's
I feel
gonna be
like he's gonna be
we
mad.
know you're a good painter.
Alright, I'm gonna put advantage into this. I'm pumping human determination to paint this portrait. Superpower, go! Oh my god. I guess it's like a rough
Above
description.
average.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough.
It's above average. 10 is
Yeah.
average. 15 is good.
Yeah, like I can see how a professional did this.
So what are you painting?
I'm painting. Sorry, what was your
Miss
friend's
Kosk.
name?
His
Yeah,
wife.
I'm painting Mr. Kosk's wife. From basically description only, which is already pretty insane.
Can I make a little frame for the painting
Hold
as
on.
well? Little
I
frame.
want to check
Oh.
something.
Look at us using
Garbage
all our
painting,
tools.
but that's
What
great.
do you-
With all our tools combined, we shall make Voltron.
I'd like you, Early.
Yep.
To make a history
Oh
check.
gosh.
Oh no, is this
Why you
gonna
do
make
this
my
to
roll
me?
a disadvantage? Is it gonna make me suck? No. I can only paint as much as people give me. It's like the cop sketcher. Like if
Hey, that was better than his painting. And
He
history.
still painted a 14, but
Okay.
you didn't cause him any problems.
yeah, I mean if you rolled like really low, that would have been a disadvantage.
Yes, Fainland, you managed to create a very fine frame for the painting.
I make it out of Theodore's door.
Wow.
Make it a Theodore, a
Chuck down.
Theodore.
So you're breaking down part of his door?
No,
No.
no.
I mean, are you
That
sure?
was-
You can take it back.
I fucking wish. I wish.
That was a meme in a no meme zone. All right.
And then we all look expectantly to Calliope.
Do you,
Uh,
Bart?
I don't know what else I can do to help.
What?
Well, this is going down. Because I have jeweler's tools, I'm gonna try and figure out how old the gem we have is. Like I'll identify how ancient this thing is.
Okay.
With jeweler's tools. It's a DC 20, so I don't expect to win this. Yeah, there's no way.
Nope.
I have no idea how old this is. I'll try and eventually, but not today. It's a hard DC. It really is.
What are you doing jeweler's tools for?
Theodore.
Oh no, so I can, using jeweler's tools, I can identify how old an object is, so I could
okay.
technically have tried to figure out how old the necklace was, or the gems at least, but I failed. I could also modify the pictures on it, technically.
Let's not do that
So-
though. Wait, you gotta change the colors so we can each have our own.
It's a gem.
I don't
I
care. Do it. I really
can
wanted
do
to have our own. I wanted us to be Power Rangers or like Dragoons and have our own colors. Be great.
Technically I could paint over it and then, like, carve something over the paint.
How would they have you change the?
Theodore, are you and Sabella packed yet?
I
yeah.
believe we're just about
Seems to
ready.
She packs. She comes out with her pack and Theo's pack, and hands him.
Would you like to lock up the house and come with us for the final visit of Wolfwater?
I'll be happy to. I almost went Irish there.
I suppose, although we didn't lose anyone personally, thankfully, I suppose I should pay my dues to the altar as well.
That we shall do.
So we head out of their house and towards Mr. Kosk's to deliver a variety of different gifts.
Okay.
I want to make him a card. I forgot to roll.
A
Go!
card.
Use your
Yeah,
cartographer.
card. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I was gonna do. Use my cartographer. This isn't the first card I've made. This is like my
Wow.
third card that I've
Make-
made with cartographers.
Make like a cheesy catchphrase like.
No,
this
it's his wife died. This is the time for puns.
Maybe the end
No,
of your
not
life,
fun.
but not the end of your life.
Be appreciative. It's just like a sweet, heartfelt card. Has a nice picture on the front. Tells him how much she means to me.
Okay.
You are my third dad.
Not really. But I mean, just like I've appreciated him teaching me and, you know, gonna miss Mrs. Kosk.
Jeez.
Hey.
It's how you get somebody to stop mourning their wife, to stop being concerned for the safety of their potential granddaughter.
Yeah, right. Like, look, we got bigger fish to fry. We have things to worry about than that. I love how you're just so intent on making every other adult that cares about me think that you're an absolute awful human being.
It's that dad dark humor that Phelan has.
Alright, so you're going to Mr. Cask's home?
Yeah.
Okay. You're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Let me change the time real quick. It is a little bit later. Let's say it's about 2.
gonna say to everybody, maybe wait outside, because I don't know if he's up for having a lot of visitors right now.
Of course, we'll be far from it.
Okay, and then I'm gonna knock once, you know.
You knock once.
No, I didn't mean knock once. I mean
Oh.
once, you know, once they're not like right there on over my shoulders, and he comes in and he's crying and there's like 10 people there.
Okay, well, no one answers.
Mr. Kosk? Again.
No answer.
Do I hear anything in there?
How my perception?
Perception has failed me all game. I have
Nope.
proficiency too. And I have good wisdom. What is it with my perception rolls?
It's because you're short.
Alright. Just oblivious to my surroundings.
Don't hear anything.
So that would have been funny if you said she's short-sighted or something like that.
But it's a no meme zone. And I wasn't memeing.
Okay, I'm gonna go back toward Fadenland and say,
Does he have a mailbox,
Nope.
perhaps?
alright, do I have keys to, because I'm like his apprentice, I've been apprenticing for years. Do I have keys to the,
Or does she at least know where he hides
Yeah.
his spare keys? Like,
Why don't you
under a
go
plant
try and
pot?
jiggle on the doorknob before you look for keys?
okay, I'm jiggling, oh my gosh, I'm gonna walk
Break and
in, he's
enter.
gonna be like hung himself.
Oh my
Jacking
god.
off.
So,
I'm gonna
now
open
that my
the door.
wife is dead, I can
No,
from the
plot
couch all
twist,
the
I
plot
can do
time.
whatever I want.
No, it's
Oh, you meant hanged.
No,
thought you were like...
Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm thinking he's gonna suicide himself.
no. But no, it's gonna be a plot twist. Taylor is hanging and Mr. Cass is right beside it really. Plot twist.
As you twist the doorknob, you feel the door open.
Uh-oh.
Gosh. Mr. Kosk?
No answer.
But the door opened. I felt someone open the door as I was opening it, right?
No, this door just opened as you turned it.
Oh, I thought it was a thing like where as I was turning the doorknob, someone on the other side was opening the door.
No.
Okay.
It just opened as you unlocked it.
Paper hands.
I'm gonna. Is it dark inside or the lights on?
It's a kind of a gloomy day, but there's some light filtering in through the windows.
Yeah, but there's no light. There's no social lights inside the house. No like torches or candles on.
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my gem then and use it for light as I walk on.
Okay.
Mr. Kosk, are you here?
You don't hear anything. You want to roll perception?
Yeah. It's gonna fail me again. It keeps happening. Hey!
You hear the creaking of wood.
Okay, what direction is it coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from below.
Like
you're in
down?
You're in the first story. You know that there is a basement.
Okay. If there's a basement door, I'm gonna knock on the basement door.
Okay. You knock on the basement door. There is no
No
answer.
answer. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
Ah, gee.
So as you open the door, what you see in front of you is Mr. Cask hung dead at the rope.
I
Timber-
knew it!
from a timber, the main support beam. and he looks like he's been this way for long enough that he is most
Cut him down,
definitely
cut him
dead.
down.
I'm just
I
gonna run at
apologize out of game if any of you have any kind of problems with this. If you do, you can send me a PM after the session is over, and I will make sure to keep that in mind for future sessions.
I'm just gonna run out of the house.
Okay. Everyone else, you see Airly shoot out of the house.
I immediately run in, just prepared to see what's happening inside.
Run into the main part of the house, and you see nothing out of place. I think that would have caused a little girl to run out crying.
Can I investigate, like, to see if
Yes, sure, investigate.
I'm just trying to look at what could have possibly scared her or something like this.
You can see and hear the basement door creaking. You can't really see it. You can see it opened, and you can hear it creaking.
I'll look down.
You climb down the 5 steps into the basement, and you see exactly what Airly saw.
Immediately, I'll cut down the rope. I'll cut the rope. As I don't know if I have a blade. I don't have a blade. I'll try and cut the rope anyway.
You managed to
Karate
managed to
chops.
find
Scissor fingers.
managed to find a blade laying around.
You are a monk.
You managed to find a blade laying around, and you managed to cut the rope. Man is quite heavy. He's a little bit rotund. You find it quite difficult to carry him by yourself, and you set him down on the floor.
Whilst he's in the house, can I run after
You
Airly?
may.
And presumably catch up because she's half my
Yes.
speed.
I'll walk out. Do I see anyone out aside? Calliope's the last one out. Yeah, like he's just there.
And your
Well,
wife.
everyone else is kind of
No,
waiting outside.
I thought Sabella went to Sune or Soon.
No, she's with us.
She's literally been here the entire time.
No, she said she wanted to go to Soon, so I assumed. Get it? But no.
No.
You assumed that?
No, I didn't intend that. That wasn't intended. But yeah, I walk out and I'll say, there's someone else that's in need of, well. And then I can't finish my sentence, and I just point them in the direction of the basement, basically.
Okay. So say Bella goes down, and hold on, let me check her spell list.
Revive the dead, or reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
That's not even a spell.
Mr. Kosk, you're now a dead. I want to die
I
again,
know.
but don't
How,
have
like,
thumbs.
he's gonna, okay, if you do, like, bring him back to life, he's just gonna be equally as depressed. His wife is still dead. He killed himself because he didn't want to live.
Well, if he doesn't want to come back, he won't come back. So we can't revive him anyway.
Okay. What are you eating?
Oh, it's sushi.
Mouthful of dick. Oh.
Wow. Wow. That is certainly something. She comes out carrying the man's body minus the rope. You can see the body no longer smells of anything foul, and it seems to have resumed a more human-like color than blue. He looks almost as if he's just sleeping. And she walks past and continues walking in the direction of the altar. Does anyone wish to stop her?
I'm not even there.
Yeah, me and Airly are long
I'll
gone.
follow her.
We're divvying up the valuables from his house.
What?
She takes them to the altar. Theo, you're not invited in for the ceremony.
That makes sense.
Oof.
After she comes out with a pretty ornate clay jar. It's got like 2 handles. It's kind of a narrow jar, generally speaking. It's been painted with gold and blue paint. Looks pretty nice. You recognize this pretty much instantaneously as a jar that ashes are kept in.
So he's been cremated.
And she does not look happy for obvious reasons and gives Theo a pretty deep hug. Pretty upset.
I return it. I pat her in the back.
She looks up and, well, down, I guess, actually. He says, "Will you bring these to the child? I don't think I can do it myself."
Alright. I will. And then, yeah, I'll look for them.
We'll go back to Airly and Fainlin. Fainlin, you managed to catch up with Airly as she's running.
I'm sort of like jogging alongside her. I don't want to stop her or tackle her or anything. Airly, what happened? Are you okay?
He was hanging there. He's dead.
Fainlin's gonna go to one knee and just embrace her in a hug.
She's just gonna cry into his shoulder.
Shit. Fuck. Do I find them?
Roll me investigation, please. Actually, survival.
Survival?
Yes. You find them easily enough. You see them embracing in a very, very deep hug. You're not unsure if you wish to interrupt.
Just paint a picture.
I'll just stay far away. I won't disturb this.
Totally appropriate.
Fucking paint us, Theo. We dare you. We dare you. Is Calliope still just outside?
Yeah, I assume she has
the house? Like,
no
what the
idea
fuck?
what's going on.
Just everyone running every direction.
I mean, I would have seen them bring the body out,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I assume I would be following people around.
Right. May have helped with carrying of the body, I assume.
Yeah.
And as you're not invited into the ceremony, but you do see Sabella bringing back an ornate jar that you instantly recognize as a funeral jar for to carry ashes. Did anyone go back down to... Actually, never mind. I will PM later. Yeah. Theo, what are you doing with the ashes?
I mean, you're currently in a very emotional state, and I don't want to interfere with this. So, I'll give it to the. I'll go back with. I'll put this in my backpack, and then I'll give it. What am I supposed to do?
With wet paint.
I'm not gonna throw it to the side beside you. What do you expect me to do?
You need to get like a scroll case. So you can roll up your dry paintings once they're dry and put them in there. So carry everything around in your backpack.
I don't know.
So,
I mean, I can just hold it.
If you're genuinely asking, like, because you're like, what should I do with these? I think a nice idea would be to put it on his wife's grave.
Yeah. I'll
But you
do that.
could make a killing for it. I mean, in these times, It's a real. The
Oh yeah,
sentimental
I mean,
angle.
1 gold for some flowers. Imagine how much you could get for an ornate
Yeah,
funeral.
just toss out the ashes. They're not important.
Anyone?
Just drinking protein.
Protein? What the?
That's what do you think whey powder is? I think it's people, dude.
It's people, dude.
You're eating
Alright,
people.
I'm gonna go to his wife's grave and I'll place his ashes.
Okay.
Back. Ah shit.
And then I know you want to end the session, but can I do one last
Sure.
thing? Can I take Errol back to the house and find the unfinished map of this continent that he was
You
drawing?
may. And in fact, there is
And
a
I
note
just-
laying by it that I will type to you later.
Okay, and then I'll hand that to her as well as
Alright.
the note.
I have the note, the chain, right, for the 0 jewel necklace, because it was on the
Yes, it's
we
like
strung
kind of
it
like
on
a
the.
plain gold chain at this point.
You
Okay.
you have the necklace that has 2 rings on it. That's true.
So you put in the 2 gold rings on the
I think
necklace.
Mr. Kosk would.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna give it to him.
Yeah, we already did
Okay.
that. I think Mr. Kosk would appreciate if you finished his one last map.
I agree.
And that is where we're ending. On a
shit.
sad note. Lots of roleplay.
Shit.
I'm gonna give everyone who doesn't already have advantage, whatchamacallit,
Inspiration.